Chapter 1100. It was easy to find out who it was because there were only 4 people in the cafe, a clerk, a man and a woman in the distance, and a quiet girl in a white dress sitting there, looking at him with her beautiful eyes. It must be her. Lin Xian then walked over. Zhao Yunqi's gaze was fixed on Lin Xian. Lin Xian then sat on the table in front of her with a sloppy look. The heavenly king covers the earth tiger. Lin Xian purposely whispered. Zhao Yunqi was pleasantly surprised. So he was Lin Xian. He was much younger than the uncle she had imagined. He was only a few years older than her. Then she held up a phone and typed 5 words. Lin Xian is super awesome. Lin Xian then smiled and took out an ice cream cone from behind him. Here, I bought it on the way. Lin Xian then sat in front of her. Zhao Yunqi was extremely happy. She took the ice cream cone and wrote 2 words for Lin Xian on the paper in front of her. Thank you. Her handwriting was beautiful, and so was she. Really, it was beyond Lin Xian's imagination. She was really beautiful, just like Lu Yufan and the others. She was definitely a sweet school belle, but she had a kind of softness. Perhaps it was because of her illness, but she would definitely be beautiful in 2 years. Lin Xian especially liked the faint mole at the corner of her eye. It was very beautiful. Ding! You have triggered the quest. Push down Zhao Yunqi. Quest reward: permanently activating the metal element. Quest time limit: 3 months. Quest penalty: Zhou shortens by 3 centimeters. Lin Xian, what the F***ck? Bastard system. Although she was beautiful, why didn't you look at her situation? Also, it was fine if you triggered a quest, but you triggered a confession quest. Why did you trigger a push-down quest? What the F***ck? Zhao Yunqi was really surprised. Although Lin Xian wasn't very handsome, and she wasn't someone who cared about appearances, Lin Xian's youth was beyond her imagination. In the corner, her parents were also paying attention to Lin Xian. When they discovered that Lin Xian was actually so young, they were also very surprised. Their daughter liked this Lin Xian very much, so they naturally paid special attention to him. They also listened to Lin Xian's songs. They really didn't expect that these songs were written by such a young man. They were very shocked. You're much more beautiful than I imagined. Lin Xian smiled at Zhao Yunqi. Zhao Yunqi's small face blushed slightly. Then, she lowered her head and wrote a few words. You're also much younger than I thought. Is he handsome? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Cool. Liar, no one has ever said that I'm handsome. Lin Xian said. No, I feel that he's more handsome than those people. It's the truth. Zhao Yunqi pushed the words in front of Lin Xian. Come, take out your phone. I have a gift for you. Lin Xian smiled. Zhao Yunqi was slightly stunned. Then, she tilted her small head. Phone. What gift could he give her? Then, she took out her phone. Open the music. Zhao Yunqi guessed something. Then, she opened the music. As expected, she found the 2 new songs and Xin released. They were just released 3 minutes ago. No wonder she didn't receive any news. Let's listen. Lin Xian asked with a smile. Zhao Yunqi nodded. Then, she opened the play button. What surprised her the most was that although she had heard these 2 songs, she thought that an Xin would sing them alone. She didn't expect that Lin Xian and an Xin would sing together. She was especially surprised and touched. After listening to the 2 songs, Lin Xian secretly sent an Xin a message. Then, an Xin stayed there and released the new songs. After a short delay, the new songs were released. There's one more song. After Zhao Yunqi finished listening, Lin Xian continued. Zhao Yunqi looked at Lin Xian with a puzzled expression. Look. Lin Xian pointed at the new song that an Xin song list had just appeared. Zhao Yunqi looked at it in confusion. This song was called Snail? She didn't understand what it meant. Then, she opened the song. Should I put down my heavy shell and search for where the blue sky is? Drifting with the gentle wind, I don't feel the pain of the injuries I've experienced. I want to climb up step by step, waiting for the sun to shine, quietly looking at its face. The small sky has a big dream, wrapped in a heavy shell, gently looking up at it. Zhao Yunqi listened to the song in a daze. Gradually, her eyes couldn't help but turn red. Lin Xian sat in front of her and looked at her. It wasn't an illness, it was a goo. Maybe the people in this world didn't know much about voodoo, but there were always some people who knew how to do these things. Someone had planted a voodoo in her body many years ago. Sure enough, what kind of disease could make people lose their 5 senses? It was impossible. At most, they would lose 1 sense. But goo worms could. Lin Xian wasn't sure if he could cure her because it might take too long. But he could give it a try. After finishing the song, Zhao Yunqi looked at Lin Xian excitedly. Is this written for me? Zhao Yunqi wrote and asked excitedly. Of course. I said it's a gift for you. Of course, it's written for you. Lin Xian smiled. In the corner, Zhao Yunqi's mother was sobbing when she heard the song. Thank you, thank you. Zhao Yunqi held back her tears. These were tears of gratitude. She never thought that Lin Xian would give her such a gift. I'm hungry. Let's order something to eat. Okay. This was a coffee shop, but it was also a Western restaurant. There must be a lot of exquisite dishes inside. Do you want Uncle and Auntie to come with us? Lin Xian asked. Zhao Yunqi nodded gently. They didn't come because they wanted to give their daughter more opportunities to be alone with Lin Xian. They didn't want to disturb them, but they had to come. They had to be at a place where they could see their daughter. Only then could they be at ease. Lin Xian walked over. Uncle and Auntie, let's go and eat something together. Lin Xian said to them. We won't go. Sorry to trouble Mr. Lin Xian. You have to come here personally. Don't worry. Regarding today's matter, including you, we won't break the building. Thank you very much. Zhao Tianque said gratefully to Lin Xian. Lin Xian, that's okay. I think that my song can make her stronger. It's an affirmation for me. But, there's something I want to say. What? They asked in confusion. Zhao Yunqi's condition doesn't seem to be an illness. It's a goo. Lin Xian. Goo? What's a goo? Li Siyu asked hurriedly. She paid close attention to everything related to her daughter. Even if she didn't understand, she would ask anxiously. Don't mess it up. Zhao Tianque said, then looked at Lin Xian. You're saying that Chi-Chi's problem is a goo? I have some understanding of goo. Zhao Tianque looked at Lin Xian and said. However, he had only heard of it. He didn't even know what it was. Chapter 1101. Lin Xian was basically certain that she was poisoned, which was why he dared to say that to her parents. As for whether or not it could be cured, Lin Xian still needed to observe in detail. Mr. Lin Xian, how do you know this? Zhao Tianque asked. Naturally, he wouldn't absolutely believe Lin Xian's words, but it was related to his daughter, so he would pay attention no matter what. I happen to have studied medicine, and I also happen to know a little about poisons. Lin Xian said. Then Chi-Chi, she. Lin Xian thought for a moment and said, if you two believe me, I can give it a try. There is hope that I can cure her, but I don't dare to make any guarantees. Hearing Lin Xian's words, the two of them were shocked as if they had been struck by lightning. They had invited countless professionals and even experts of the Great Void stage to help their daughter, but no one could do anything about it. They couldn't even diagnose anything. In the end, the diagnosis was that it was some kind of disease that was discovered for the first time. But now, a man in his early 20s said that he might have a chance to cure her. How could they not be shocked? However, shock was just shock, followed by disbelief. Even virtuous stage experts couldn't do anything, so how could a man in his early 20s do anything? But on second thought, this Lin Xian didn't seem to want anything from them, and he wasn't their enemy, so there shouldn't be any benefits, right? Why did he have to exaggerate? Mr. Lin Xian, you, really? Li Siyu looked at Lin Xian excitedly. I'm not sure, but I can give it a try. Then do you need us to do anything? Lin Xian thought for a moment and said, No, I just need you to give me a few hours alone with her, and don't disturb me. Okay. Li Siyu nodded repeatedly. Let's go and eat together, Lin Xian said with a smile. Zhao Yunqi looked at them in confusion. What were they talking about? It seemed like they talked a lot. Soon, they were sitting there together. Chi-Chi, let's have Mr. Lin Xian come back to the Zhao family with us after dinner. Can you show him some of our previous inventions? Li Siyu smiled and rubbed her daughter's hair. Huh? Zhao Yunqi froze for a moment, then shyly glanced at Lin Xian. Does Lin Xian like to watch? Zhao Yunqi wrote a few words. Lin Xian smiled and nodded. Of course I like it. I have a company that specializes in small inventions. I also know a friend who knows you. Who is it? Zhao Yunqi typed in confusion. Miao Xiao Miao, do you know her? Yes. Knowing her, I really admire her. Zhao Yunqi typed excitedly. She also admires you. She even said that she lost to you in some competition before. Lin Xian said with a smile. Mr. Lin Xian is also involved in a company? Entertainment company? Zhao Tianhua asked. In their eyes, Lin Xian was very mysterious. Although they were shocked, they still didn't believe it. As a mother, Li Siyu probably didn't think too much. She put her daughter first, but as a father and the head of the Zhao family, Zhao Tianhua naturally had to know more. Even if it was safe for her daughter to be alone in a room with Lin Xian, there shouldn't be a problem. But think about it. So many people and so many experts couldn't do anything about Zhao Yunqi's illness, but Lin Xian said that there was a cure. Even if there really was a cure, it was another matter to let him treat her. Lin Xian nodded. Yes, it's mainly my sister's doing. I'm just a bystander. What company? My Zhao clan also has some foundation. Maybe we can even cooperate. The latter part was a small matter to Zhao Tianhua. What was important was the first part. Once he knew what company it was, he would know Lin Xian's identity. Of course, Lin Xian knew what he was thinking. His identity wasn't that mysterious. In fact, with the Zhao family's ability, they could find out his identity if he showed up, so it wasn't a big deal to tell them. Moreover, the Zhao family was rich. Maybe if the Art Xian group and the Zhao family reached a cooperation, they could make a lot of money. Art Xian group, Lin Xian said. What? This time, they were all shocked. Even Zhao Yunqi was very surprised. Although she didn't leave the house, she had seen the Art Xian group on the internet many times. She felt that it was very powerful. Lin Xian nodded. Yes, it's the Art Xian group. Zhao Tianhua couldn't help but gasp. He suddenly remembered that the chairman of the Art Xian group was called Lin Ya, and his name was Lin Xian. Moreover, the Art Xian group was in Lin and City, and he happened to be from Lin and City. It was unexpected. It was too shocking. If he was a member of the Art Xian group, then all his worries were gone. It was impossible to have any relationship with him. The only thing left to worry about was whether his daughter could be handed over to him for treatment. Yes, it was a matter of safety. However, in front of their daughter, they wouldn't talk about this. I didn't expect Mr. Lin Xian to be the brother that President Lin always talks about. Zhao Tianhua said in surprise. Lin Xian smiled and didn't say anything. In Zhao Yunqi's eyes, Lin Xian was even more outstanding. She didn't believe that the Art Xian group had nothing to do with him. Even if he didn't, in Zhao Yunqi's eyes, Lin Xian was the most special. When the time comes, maybe the Art Xian group and the Zhao family will have a chance to cooperate. Lin Xian smiled. Of course, it would be best if there is. Previously, I also wanted to talk to President Lin about cooperation, but the Art Xian group said that they wouldn't cooperate for the time being, so I didn't go. Zhao Tianhua said. They were just talking now. The most important thing now was his daughter's matter. For his daughter, as long as she could be well, he was willing to lose everything in the Zhao family. Yes, but the Art Xian group will develop throughout the empire and even the 5 great empires in the future. Lin Xian nodded and looked at Zhao Yunqi. Zhao Yunqi quietly listened to their conversation. When she saw Lin Xian looking over, her little face suddenly lowered. As a mother, Li Xiu understood her daughter's thoughts very well. Perhaps this was liking him. Although they didn't have any contact, to her daughter, Lin Xian was her spiritual support. In addition, when they met today, Lin Xian was very young, about the same age as her. Although his appearance was relatively ordinary, he was very good-looking. Her daughter wasn't the kind of person who cared about appearance, so she had a very good impression of Lin Xian. Li Xiu could imagine this. However, this wasn't important. If her daughter could be well, she naturally wouldn't object to the two of them being together. Moreover, Lin Xian wasn't bad. Chapter 1102. After dinner, Lin Xian pushed Zhao Yunqi's wheelchair, and they walked to the Zhao family together. Zhao Yunqi was really happy. Not only had she met Lin Xian, but he had also personally pushed her wheelchair. Lin Xian was even going to visit the Zhao family as a guest. She was really happy. She had a lot of little things at home that were all made by herself. In the past, she couldn't move them and could only stay in her room. Occasionally, her family members would push her wheelchair out. When she had nothing to do, she could only distract herself and focus her attention on other things instead of her legs. Therefore, she studied a lot of little things and designed a lot of useful programs. Of course, this was related to a person's IQ. Mr. Lin Xian, I'll get you a glass of water. When they arrived at the Zhao family, Li Xiu said, "No need to trouble yourself. We just ate and drank a lot. Mom, I'll take Lin Xian to see the things I made." Zhao Yunqi gestured to Li Xiu. Lin Xian didn't understand, but they definitely did. "Okay, go ahead. We won't disturb you." Zhao Yunqi pointed in a direction, and Lin Xian pushed her over. "Hubby, do you think Lin Xian can?" Li Xiu sat on the sofa and looked at Zhao Qianque nervously. Zhao Qianque lit a cigarette and took a deep puff. "I don't know. Let's not have too much hope." "Why?" "We've invited virtuous realm experts. The entire continent can't do anything about Qi. Can we place our hopes on a young man in his early 20s? It wasn't that he didn't believe it, but it was too hard to believe. He could believe that Lin Xian might have done a little research in this area, but research and treatment were two different concepts. Sigh. Li Xiu also sighed. She was too naive. How could she place all her hopes on a young man in his early 20s? "Hubby, why do you think our daughter's life is so hard?" Li Xiu nestled in Zhao Qianque's arms, and her eyes couldn't help but redden. Clearly, she could have a perfect life like other girls. Her family was also very good. She could do whatever she wanted. However, reality had crushed her. Sigh. I, Zhao Qianque, have never done anything bad in my life. At most, I snatched you away from home in the past. If God wants to punish me for this, why punish our child? Zhao Qianque sighed heavily. In Zhao Yunqi's room, Lin Xian pushed her around. The room was really big. It was probably comparable to a normal 3-bedroom house. It was very warm and beautiful. Her parents had probably helped to decorate the room. It was pink and had a sky blue wallpaper, which made her look happier. There were a lot of dolls, but most of them were lying there as if they had not been moved for a long time. It was obvious that the one that had been moved the most was the computer. There were 2 bookcases at the side, and on top of them were some photos and some strange trinkets. Zhao Yunqi was very shy. This was her boudoir. Apart from her father and grandfather, no third man had ever entered this place. "What is this?" Lin Xian curiously picked up a small round ball. "This is a mind projector." Zhao Yunqi wrote something for Lin Xian to see. "Mind projector? What does it do?" Lin Xian asked with interest. "After you turn it on and hold it with your hand, the mind projector will project whatever image you think of in your mind." "It's so magical?" This was a high-tech product. In the past, Who knew how many people had dreamed of such a day because sometimes, this thing was super convenient. Then, Lin Xian tried to turn it on and thought for a while. Shwa, then, a scene was projected onto the wall. It was Lin Xian imagining himself playing LOL and showing off his moves. Damn! It can really project. It's too magical. Lin Xian opened his mouth. You invented this? Lin Xian asked. Zhao Yunqi nodded. This was also a genius. Wow. No wonder it was said that the Zhao family reached the peak because of her. If she invented something, once it could be used, it would be very profitable. Amazing! Lin Xian exclaimed in admiration. Hearing Lin Xian's praise, Zhao Yunqi's little face flushed red. But I still feel that Lin Xian's songs are the best, Zhao Yunqi wrote. How should I put it? These are two aspects. Anyone can write songs. The threshold is very low. It just depends on whether the writing is good or not. In your eyes, my songs just happen to suit your taste, so you think it's very good. However, there are still many people who criticize it, right? But inventions like yours can benefit the entire society. Forget about inventing, I don't even know the basic programming. How can you talk about inventing? I still think yours is the best. Any invention that was slightly related to technology, such as this mind projector, looked simple and small, but it contained a lot of programming. A small chip might have hundreds or thousands of self-created programs. This was the best. Hearing Lin Xian's praise, Zhao Yunqi was very satisfied. She felt that the affirmation from those experts was very boring, but Lin Xian's simple words made her very happy. Lin Xian sighed. There were so many talented people in this world. The key was that Miao Xiaomiao and Zhao Yunqi could already come up with these things at such a young age. It would be too exaggerated in the future. Then, Zhao Yunqi introduced many things one by one. She could see that Lin Xian was very interested. Of course, Lin Xian was interested. This was a lot of money. His next plan needed a lot of money. Although I can sing, I can only hum. Zhao Yunqi wrote dejectedly. Don't worry, it will definitely be good. Lin Xian patted her shoulder and smiled. Zhao Yunqi knew that Lin Xian was comforting her, but she was still very happy. After chatting for more than an hour, Lin Xian sat on the edge of the bed and looked at Zhao Yunqi. Does the Zhao family have any enemies? Lin Xian asked. Enemies? Zhao Yunqi thought for a moment and wrote, of course. The Zhao family is a big family. There are naturally many families that compete with the Zhao family. Then you must have come into contact with them when you were young, right? Zhao Yunqi nodded. Forget it. This is not something I should be thinking about. Give me your hand. Lin Xian extended his hand to Zhao Yunqi. Zhao Yunqi was slightly stunned. Then, she shyly extended her hand. Lin Xian held her hand and placed his finger on her pulse. Zhao Yunqi looked at Lin Xian in shock. Was he taking her pulse? Over the years, she had seen many doctors. There were all kinds of doctors. Naturally, there were those who took her pulse. But the final result was the same. It was useless. Chapter 1103. Of course, Lin Xian didn't know anything about medicine, but he had a cheat. This system was his cheat, and it was truly invincible. Taking a pulse seemed easy, but in reality, it could take decades or even centuries to master. A truly powerful person could know every single detail of a person's body just by taking a pulse. The current Lin Xian was such a person. This was because the Tai Hua art student had integrated a lot of knowledge and methods. Lin Xian didn't have to do anything, but the hard work of others over thousands of years had already entered his mind. Carefully examining Zhao Yunqi's body, Lin Xian could use all the meridians in her body as well as the infusion of his spiritual power to understand every single detail of her body. As expected, Lin Xian's investigation found that there was indeed a goo worm in her body. This goo worm was wandering in her meridians and was very small. But wasn't this how the human body was? Not to mention a special goo worm, even a speck of dust that entered a person's body could bring about irreversible and terrifying effects. It was possible that some bacteria or virus could take away a person's life. Goo worms were specially cultivated and had special effects. There were millions of types of goo worms, and Zhao Yunqi's goo worm might be some kind of disease goo worm. It had been too long. Although this goo worm wouldn't grow, it had been fused with her body for too long, so it would be difficult to force this goo worm out. However, Lin Xian sighed in relief. Although it was difficult, it wasn't impossible. He was still quite confident. In this world, the reason why Zhao Yunqi's condition couldn't be cured was because there weren't many people who understood goo worms, and no one would think about it. If the cause couldn't be found, how could it be cured? This kind of goo worm couldn't be detected with technology or other methods. Only if you understood it could you detect it. Lin Xian then opened his eyes. Zhao Yunqi's beautiful eyes looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian, do you know medicine? She typed a few words on her phone to Lin Xian. Lin Xian nodded. Yes, I know a little. Lin Xian let go of her hand and said, I can try to treat you. Do you trust me? Trust him. To be honest, Zhao Yunqi definitely didn't believe him. Even though Lin Xian was very special in her heart, it wasn't that she didn't trust him, but that she didn't believe her condition could be cured. How could Lin Xian possibly get better? She had been to all kinds of hospitals, and all kinds of powerhouses' families to help her, but they couldn't do anything, so how could Lin Xian? This was also a very normal situation. But she liked to look at Lin Xian. Okay. Zhao Yunqi then nodded. Okay. Lin Xian stood up and extended his hand. More than 10 silver needles appeared in his hand. Do you have a knife? Ah. Zhao Yunqi tilted her tea. But she chose to believe in Lin Xian. Zhao Yunqi then pointed at the table. Lin Xian walked over and took a sharp fruit knife. There were no special requirements for the knife, as long as it was sharp. Lin Xian then released a fire attribute flame to disinfect the knife. Zhao Yunqi kept looking at Lin Xian in confusion. Lin Xian said while disinfecting, Your condition is that you've been poisoned by a goo. Someone planted a goo on you. What's a goo? Zhao Yunqi asked Lin Xian in confusion. Goo. To put it simply, it's countless kinds of insects. Each kind of insect is cultivated using a special method, and then planted into the body of a person or even an animal. These goo will stay in the body and gradually exert its effects. Some goo are so powerful that they can be cultivated for decades, some can kill a person in a short period of time, and some can even control a person. Your goo is actually considered a relatively mild one. Those people probably don't know anything more powerful. Fortunately, that's the case, otherwise you would have died long ago. Zhao Yunqi's little mouth opened slightly. You're saying that someone wants to harm me? Lin Xian nodded. Yes, it could be the Zhao family's competitors. As for why they want to harm you, I don't understand either. So I feel that since it's the Zhao family's competitors, it's your father who's harmed, not you. Then I suddenly understood that the Zhao family rose to prominence because of you, so they want to harm you. But something doesn't make sense because you've been poisoned since you were young. This goo has been in your body for about 7 to 8 years. Zhao Yunqi thought for a moment, then typed, When I was 8 years old, I invented a few things, and the Zhao family entered the ranks of the 4 major families. Lin Xian. Sorry, he thought too simply of Zhao Yunqi. That makes sense. It should be the Zhao family's competitors who want to get rid of you, but you're the daughter of a major family after all. It should be very difficult to hire a hitman, so they used another method, which is to implant a goo. The simplest way I can think of to implant a goo on you is to find someone who's close to you and your family as a friend or someone who's close to you. That kind of person has a high chance of implanting a goo on you. Or you can say that you'll go to a certain house as a guest. You've eaten and drunk tea at that house, so it's easy to implant a goo on you. Lin Xian said. Lin Xian said something that Zhao Yunqi had never heard of before. She felt that it was very strange and mysterious, but she believed that Lin Xian was telling the truth. I don't care about that. I just want to know if you can be cured. Zhao Yunqi revealed a shocked expression. Cured? That was an extravagant hope. She didn't hope that she could be cured. She only hoped that this would be enough. As long as she didn't gradually lose her 5 senses, that would be enough. She never dared to hope that she could recover. That, Lin Xian then glanced at her and said, "You may have to take off your clothes." Swish, Zhao Yunqi's little face suddenly turned red. Ahem, don't misunderstand. You don't have to take off your clothes. It's just that you're wearing a little too much. It's not easy for me to perform acupuncture. Lin Xian showed the silver needles in his hand and said. Zhao Yunqi nodded with a red face. Just take off your jacket and sweater. Zhao Yunqi then slowly took off her clothes with a red face. It was still winter. Spring hadn't arrived yet, so the weather was relatively cold. Zhao Yunqi didn't have any cultivation, so she naturally couldn't resist the cold. After taking off her jacket and sweater, she was only left with a thin underwear. Ahem, Lin Xian's old face turned red. Zhao Yunqi wasn't very old, probably around 17 or 18 years old. She was only wearing underwear, and Lin Xian could clearly see that she wasn't wearing a bra underneath. Lin Xian even saw 2 little Daodu. See no evil, see no evil. Lin Xian kept chanting in his heart. Zhao Yunqi was simply embarrassed to death. She lowered her head the whole time and didn't say a word. I'll carry you to the bed. Chapter 1104. Although Zhao Yunqi couldn't walk, her family would help her stretch her muscles and bones every day, including the muscles in her legs. Therefore, although she hadn't exercised for a long time, her muscles were maintained very well and were full of vitality. She couldn't feel her legs. It was similar to being paralyzed, but it didn't mean that her legs were crippled. She just couldn't move them. Lin Xian roughly tested her legs and heaved a sigh of relief. As long as the goo worm was released, her condition would gradually recover. It wouldn't take long for her to return to normal. This was all thanks to her family's daily rehabilitation treatment. I'll perform acupuncture on you later. It'll be a little painful during the process. You have to bear with it. Lin Xian said. Zhao Yunqi nodded. Normal acupuncture definitely wouldn't hurt. However, the goo worm had been in her body for too long. When the spirit power was forced out, the goo worm would escape and his spirit power would surge in her body. Her body was only a mortal body. In such a situation, her body would hurt. Lie on your stomach. I'll just stick it behind your back. Lin Xian said. Zhao Yunqi. Are you sure you didn't do it early? Zhao Yunqi then turned over and lay on her stomach on the bed. She felt less embarrassed like this. After all, she was only wearing underwear and there was nothing inside. Therefore, she knew that her little bits were showing. However, if she lay on her stomach like this, she wouldn't feel safe anymore. Swish, swish, swish. Then, Lin Xian inserted the needles into the corresponding acupoints one by one. Zhao Yunqi was slightly stunned. Was he really trying to give her acupuncture treatment? And it didn't hurt at all. Time slowly passed. Lin Xian first used his spirit power to slowly locate the goo worm. This process was relatively long and consumed a lot of spirit power. Fortunately, Lin Xian's spirit power was very dense. In addition, his realm wasn't too low, so he could still do it. 10 minutes later. Be careful. It's going to hurt soon. Lin Xian reminded Zhao Yunqi. Zhao Yunqi blinked. She felt very comfortable inside her body just now. There was a warm current, very warm, very warm. The next moment, her expression suddenly became pained. She felt as if there were countless little people running in her body, and they were all wearing nailed shoes. Lin Xian didn't say anything. All of his attention was focused on chasing after the goo worm. His spiritual energy was constantly moving around Zhao Yunqi's body, splitting into many parts. Therefore, he needed to concentrate on controlling it. If he wasn't careful, his spiritual energy would hurt her. In the beginning, Lin Xian wondered if the law of creation could improve her body. In theory, it was possible, but creation was creation. Her body could be improved, and so could Lin Xian. However, the goo worms would not disappear. The root of the problem still needed to capture the goo worm. After capturing the goo worm, Lin Xian could use the law of creation to repair her body, and she would be able to become a normal person. Drip. Zhao Yunqi suddenly felt a drop of water on her neck. Puzzled, she turned her head slightly to take a look. She saw Lin Xian sweating profusely with his eyes closed. Sweat was dripping down his face. She was in pain, but at this moment, she was very, very touched. She didn't know what Lin Xian was doing, but she could see that Lin Xian was working very hard. The consumption of spiritual energy was too great, and the greatest consumption was mental energy. After another minute, Lin Xian suddenly opened his eyes and picked up the knife next to him. "Endure it," Lin Xian said to Zhao Yunqi. Then, he pressed down on Zhao Yunqi's arm with one hand and used the knife with the other to directly cut a wound on her wrist. Ugh! Zhao Yunqi's tears instantly fell, but she forced herself to endure. Lin Xian then controlled his spiritual energy and forced the goo worm from all directions to that place. The goo worm had nowhere to run. Slap! Lin Xian patted her arm and a column of blood spurted out. Then, Lin Xian reached out and pinched a small black worm that was not even the size of a rice. Lin Xian then let out a long sigh of relief. Then, he released the law of creation and used his remaining spiritual energy to restore the wound to normal. Zhao Yunqi was stunned for a moment. She was shocked to find that it suddenly didn't hurt anymore. Then, she raised her hand and looked. Where's my wound? Lin Xian wiped his sweat and put the goo worm into a small bottle next to him. Then, he patted Zhao Yunqi's back and said, "Put on your clothes. It's fine now. I'm going to wash my hands." Then, Lin Xian walked away. Zhao Yunqi watched as all the blood around her disappeared. Her little mouth was wide open. Was this a magic trick? Why did the blood on the bedsheet disappear too? Lin Xian walked to the bathroom and suddenly staggered. He held onto the sink and gasped for breath. Damn it! I'm really kind, handsome and charming. Lin Xian thought narcissistically. When Lin Xian walked out, Zhao Yunqi had already put on her clothes. She sat there quietly and looked at Lin Xian. It's fine now. Lin Xian patted her shoulder. Zhao Yunqi looked at Lin Xian in confusion and gratitude. There are some things that I won't tell you. Lin Xian sat to the side and ate a spirit recovery pill to recover his spiritual energy. That little worm. Zhao Yunqi wrote 2 words and pointed at the little worm in the bottle. It's the one that caused you to become like this, Lin Xian said. Zhao Yunqi showed an expression of disbelief. But I don't feel better. Zhao Yunqi looked at Lin Xian in confusion as he wrote. Lin Xian smiled and said, Idiot, your body has been like this for so long. Even if the goo worm was taken out, you wouldn't be able to recover so quickly, unless what? Unless you kiss me and you'll recover immediately, do you believe me? Lin Xian smiled. Zhao Yunqi's small face flushed red again. Actually, he didn't need to beat around the bush to get her to kiss him. She really liked him. Zhao Yunqi's face was red. She closed her eyes and kissed Lin Xian on the cheek. Then, she quickly retreated and lowered her head with a red face. Lin Xian. Wow! This man was so handsome that it was impossible to understand. Lin Xian sensed that the spirit recovery pill that Linglong Shui gave him was extremely fast. He felt that it should be enough. Then, he secretly released the law of creation on Zhao Yunqi. Once again, he was at a disadvantage. Fortunately, he succeeded. Zhao Yunqi lowered her head and shyly glanced at Lin Xian. Strange. She suddenly had a strange feeling. Her vision had already begun to deteriorate, but at this moment, she felt that her vision was exceptionally clear. Why don't you say a few words? Lin Xian smiled at this moment. Zhao Yunqi looked at Lin Xian in confusion. Then she typed, I can't speak anymore. Believe in yourself and try saying something. Just say, Lin Xian, you're so handsome. Lin Xian looked at her with a smile. Zhao Yunqi tilted her head and bit her lip. Strange, He clearly knew that she couldn't speak. Why did he still let her speak? Then, she tried to say something. Then, she froze on the spot. Chapter 11:05. Lin. That's right, she was just trying to sound him out. What shocked her was that she actually made a sound. At that moment, she felt incredulous. It was as if she was dreaming. She didn't even know what her voice sounded like. Lin Xian. She tried to sound him out again. The next moment, she covered her little mouth in shock. Lin Xian looked at her with a smile. She looked at Lin Xian in disbelief. This scene was so magical that she really felt like she was dreaming. You're not dreaming. Lin Xian looked at her with a smile. Why? She asked Lin Xian excitedly. Don't ask. If you ask, it's because I'm too handsome. Lin Xian smiled. Pfft. Zhao Yunqi couldn't help but laugh. Come, stand up and walk around. Lin Xian looked at her and said. Ah. Zhao Yunqi looked at Lin Xian in shock. Walk around. Do you still need me to support you? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Zhao Yunqi felt a little dizzy. She could suddenly speak. Now, Lin Xian was asking her to stand up. Could it be? Then, she stood up tentatively. She didn't walk, but when she saw that she could stand on the ground without holding onto anything, her eyes reddened. Lin Xian got up, took her hand, and walked a few steps with her. I'm back to normal. Lin Xian smiled and nodded. Yes, I told you. That goo worm is the culprit. When the goo worm disappears, of course you'll be able to return to normal. Zhao Yunqi was so emotional that tears fell. Lin Xian didn't stop her from crying. He could understand Zhao Yunqi's feelings. This feeling was indescribable. Thank you. Zhao Yunqi couldn't help but hug Lin Xian. Her delicate body was trembling slightly. Lin Xian gently patted her back. Zhao Yunqi felt like she was the happiest person in the world. She had met Lin Xian when she was at her most despairing. His songs had reawakened her hope for life. After meeting him, he had given her the best gift in the world. All right. You'll be fine after crying for a while. My clothes have been ruined by your crying. Can you help me wash them? Lin Xian smiled and patted her back. Zhao Yunqi's sobbing made people feel especially tender and protective towards her. After a long while, Zhao Yunqi finally calmed down from her emotional state. Hubby, Lin Xian and Chi have been in the room for more than an hour. What do you think is going on? Asked Li Siyu worriedly. No matter what, Chi's wish to see him has been fulfilled. I'm really grateful to this Lin Xian. Sigh. Then Zhao Tianque sighed. But, thinking of his daughter, even a grown man like him couldn't help but tear up. Why was the world so unfair? Even if she couldn't move or speak, it was only a slight inconvenience. But if she lost all her 5 senses, they couldn't imagine how devastated they would be when they saw their daughter one day. Dad, Mom. At this moment, a sweet and excited voice sounded. Then, the door was pushed open and Zhao Yunqi ran towards them happily. Boom. In that instant, the two of them felt as if they had been struck by lightning. Their eyes widened and their bodies trembled. Dad, Mom. Zhao Yunqi threw herself into their arms and couldn't help but cry. She restrained herself in front of Lin Xian because she didn't want to cry in front of him. But when she was in front of her parents, she wanted to hold back because she didn't want to embarrass herself in front of Lin Xian. But when she saw them, she couldn't hold it in at all. She thought of how hard her parents had been all these years and how they were always sad behind her back. She thought of how her mother always washed her face with tears and all the grievances she had suffered all these years. My daughter, my daughter. Li Siyu trembled as she hugged Zhao Yunqi and cried. Zhao Tianque, who was next to her, was shocked and surprised. Then, he walked towards Lin Xian. Mr. Lin Xian, this? He asked in disbelief. Lin Xian smiled and said, I happen to know some medical skills in this area. It's related to goo. Then, Lin Xian handed the small bottle to Zhao Tianque. Zhao Tianque took it. "This is," Lin Xian said, "it's this goo worm in Zhao Yunqi's body. It's because of this goo worm that she's in this situation. She'll naturally recover after the goo worm is taken out." Zhao Tianque looked at the small bottle in disbelief. It was this little worm that harmed his daughter. Thump. In the next moment, Zhao Tianque directly knelt down in front of Lin Xian. "Hey, don't!" Lin Xian quickly helped him up. "Mr. Zhao, why do you have to do this?" Lin Xian said. "Mr. Lin Xian, I only have one daughter in my life. My daughter's situation is my only regret. I thought that she could only be like this for the rest of her life. I didn't expect that because of Mr. Lin Xian's kindness, you're a great benefactor to my Zhao family and to me." Zhao Tianque said emotionally. Lin Xian shook his head and said, "It's just a small matter. It's fate that brought us together. It just so happens that I know some things in this area." Li Siyu wiped her tears and walked towards Lin Xian. "Mr. Lin Xian, thank you. I'm really, really grateful to you. A drop of water should be repaid with a gushing spring. If you have any requests, as long as our Zhao family can do it, we'll do our best." "That's right." Zhao Tianque also nodded. "I don't have any requests. I came here because I heard that there's a little fan who worships me. Then, I came to take a look. I really don't have any requests." Lin Xian shrugged and said. "This." They looked at each other. "Chi-Chi's mom, hurry up and buy ingredients to cook. Today, I want to drink with Mr. Lin Xian until we're drunk." Zhao Tianque said excitedly. Okay. I'll go right away." Then, Li Siyu kissed her daughter and hurried out. For the Zhao family, today was undoubtedly their most exciting and happy day. "Lin Xian, thank you so much. I never thought that one day I would change for the better." Zhao Yunqi looked at Lin Xian gratefully. "You, don't foolishly send gifts at night anymore. It's fine if you send more than 100 million at once." Lin Xian smiled helplessly. Zhao Yunqi couldn't help but blush. "Mr. Lin Xian, this goo?" Zhao Tianque asked carefully. "This should be a goo worm that someone specially planted on her. My suggestion is that if you want to investigate, you should investigate the Zhao family's competitors. 7 or 8 years ago, you might have been friends with each other or something. Of course, it's almost impossible to investigate this matter. I won't get involved in this matter," Lin Xian said. Zhao Tianque nodded. Chapter 1106. Zhao Tianque's gratitude to Lin Xian was indescribable. If he was given a choice to give up everything in exchange for his daughter's safety, he would definitely choose without hesitation. But today, a young man came. He didn't do anything and cured his daughter. He didn't feel glad that he didn't do anything. He just felt that he was really lucky. Before this, Zhao Tianque didn't believe in the so-called good will be rewarded with good and evil with evil. He hadn't done anything bad in his life. Instead, he let his daughter fall into such a situation. Could it be that good will be rewarded with evil? Could bad people really live for 1,000 years? It wasn't until Lin Xian appeared and cured his daughter that he began to truly believe that good people would be rewarded. Zhao Yunqi was really, really happy and excited. Lin Xian was really her lucky angel. "Lin Xian, I don't know if you like this tea." Zhao Tianque poured a cup of tea for Lin Xian and said, "I don't know much about tea. I usually drink plain water." Lin Xian brought it over. "Ha ha ha, maybe it's because I'm old. I like to make tea when I'm old." Zhao Tianque laughed heartily. He was in a very, very good mood. Lin Xian then took a sip. "As expected, you still like to drink drinks." Lin Xian laughed. "I'll go get it for you." No need. I'm just kidding." Lin Xian laughed. "I have more. I'll go get it." Zhao Yunqi thought of something, then got up and ran to her room. Zhao Tianque looked at Zhao Yunqi's back and couldn't help but sigh. Her mother and I fantasize about this scene every day. It's all thanks to the two of you helping her move her muscles every day. Otherwise, her legs would definitely be crippled. Lin Xian said. It's useless. If Mr. Lin Xian didn't come, everything would be useless. Then, Zhao Qianque looked at Lin Xian and said, About the matter you mentioned, I have a rough idea of which family it is. I definitely won't let them off. Don't be impulsive. Don't worry, I'm not young anymore. Naturally, I won't be impulsive. I just don't know how to repay Mr. Lin Xian. Zhao Qianque looked at Lin Xian and asked. This favor was really too big. How about giving Zhao Yunqi to me? Lin Xian asked tentatively. Zhao Qianque. He was stunned for a moment, then said tentatively, I don't have any objections. Chi-Chi seems to like you very much. You have a great influence on her, and you're not that old. I think it's very suitable, but, Lin Xian. No, I'm saying that Zhao Yunqi is a genius. She has invented many useful things, and the Yixian Group is in this field. The Yixian Group may have wider channels and fame, as well as the channels of the three major forces. As long as Zhao Yunqi invents something good, it will definitely become a phenomenal product, so... Zhao Qianque was stunned. So that was what he meant. Of course, there's no problem. My Zhao family has already entered a period of stability, and this incident made me understand that no matter how rich you are, there are some things that you can't do anything about. Chi-Chi does have some accomplishments in this field. If she can shine, it's naturally better. It's just that, the Yixian Group doesn't lack money, right? Lin Xian smiled. Who doesn't want more money, right? That's true. Zhao Qianque pondered for a moment. He felt that Lin Xian wasn't such a vulgar person. The key is that the Yixian Group has a plan for the next step. The plan may require more than a few $1 trillion. This amount of money is not something the Yixian Group can take out in a short period of time. However, if they can produce a few good products in a short period of time, they can still speed up, Lin Xian said. Zhao Qianque. What plan would require a few $1 trillion? A few billion was normal, but a few trillion, this... He was the head of the Zhao family. Lin Xian's words still shocked him. If it was someone else, he would definitely think that they were bragging. However, Lin Xian made him believe in this person. After all, he previously thought that he could cure Zhao Yunqi as a boast. However, he really did it. Only then did he understand that he had misjudged him. Now, his words were also a fantasy. However, the Yixian Group did indeed have the capital to do so. Forgive me for asking, but what would require a few $100 million? Zhao Qianque didn't want to ask, but he was still too shocked. I want to turn Lin and city into my territory, Lin Xian said. Zhao Qianque. This, he was completely dumbfounded. Wasn't this too exaggerated? But I don't think this is a good choice. Lin and city is close to the territory of demonic beasts. The risk is too great. Zhao Qianque said. He believed that it was impossible for them not to know such a simple thing. We've already considered this. Without a certain degree of certainty, we wouldn't make such a choice. These people would probably never imagine that Lin Xian was acquainted with the demon god in charge of this area of Lin and city. Alright. If that's the case, I have no problem with it. I believe Chi-Chi is also very willing. Zhao Qianque said. At this time, Zhao Yunqi jogged out of the room. Lin Xian, here. She handed Lin Xian a bottle of sweet crooked wine. Lin Xian. It's very delicious. This is my favorite drink. Zhao Yunqi said with a slightly red face. I also quite like to drink it. Lin Xian smiled and took a sip. Zhao Yunqi smiled happily. After a while, Li Xiu quickly walked in with a lot of ingredients. I'll go cook. You guys take your time to chat. She looked at her obedient daughter longingly. Mom, I'll help you. Zhao Yunqi ran over. Girl, you've never cooked since you were young. You should rest. No, I haven't exercised in a long time. Mom, let me exercise a bit. Lin Xian stood up and said, "Why don't I help too?" Zhao Qianque and Li Siyu were both surprised and hurriedly said, "No, no, you've helped us so much. You're also a guest. How can you?" Lin Xian smiled and said, "It's fine. I also like to cook. I'll show you my skills." Zhao Yunqi looked at Lin Xian in surprise. This person could write songs, have medical skills, and even cook? Heavens! Zhao Qianque and Li Siyu looked at each other. They were really embarrassed to let Lin Xian cook, but Lin Xian had already put on an apron. "I'll just make 2 dishes for this little fan of mine to try." Lin Xian glanced at Zhao Yunqi and said with a smile. Whoosh! Her little face instantly turned red again. All right. Then, they were very surprised. Seeing Lin Xian's skillful operation, they knew that this person really knew how to cook. He really cooked often. Chapter 1107. Soon, a table full of dishes was ready. Lin Xian didn't cook much, only 4. Li Siyu made more than 10. Lin Xian sincerely said that she didn't need to cook so much, but she was still very active. "Come, Lin Xian." Zhao Qianque poured a glass of wine for Lin Xian. "I won't drink too much. 1 glass is enough. If you want to get drunk, Uncle Zhao, you can do it yourself." Lin Xian smiled. "Ha ha ha, okay." Zhao Qianque must get drunk today. He was in a good mood. "Come, Chi-Chi." Li Siyu added a piece of meat for Zhao Yunqi. "I want to try Lin Xian's cooking first." Zhao Yunqi said straightforwardly. "You little girl." Li Siyu looked at her daughter with a smile. Nothing had happened yet, but she was already siding with an outsider. Zhao Yunqi's pretty face immediately turned red. She really didn't think too much before blurting it out. Then, she secretly glanced at Lin Xian. When she saw that Lin Xian didn't say anything, she let out a sigh of relief. Then, she picked up a piece of Lin Xian's red braised pork and put it into her mouth. Oh! She couldn't help but be surprised. Was it because she was in a good mood after her body recovered? Why did she feel that it was so delicious? "How is it?" Lin Xian asked with a smile. "It's delicious, very, very delicious." Zhao Yunqi couldn't help but pick up another piece. "It's so delicious?" Li Siyu looked at her daughter in confusion. She often made red braised pork for her. It was a classic home-cooked dish, but she didn't hear her daughter praise it so much. Was it because of Lin Xian? Zhao Qianque also tried Lin Xian's dishes. "It's really delicious." Zhao Qianque's eyes also lit up. Then, he said to Li Siyu, "It's really better than yours." Li Siyu only felt that they were flattering Lin Xian. She cooked every day. How could she lose to Lin Xian? "Let me try." Then, Li Siyu also took a bite. She had lost. It was really delicious. "I didn't expect Lin Xian to have such amazing culinary skills," Li Siyu said in surprise. "I usually do a lot of work, so I just studied it a little. It's really delicious." Zhao Yunqi couldn't help but ask. "Then eat more. Look at how thin you are," Lin Xian said with a smile. Zhao Yunqi was indeed very thin. Although she could not exercise, her appetite was not good and she was in a bad mood. It was normal for her to become thinner. The meal was over very quickly. It was very exaggerated. Almost all the dishes on the table were finished, and even the soup was finished. Lin Xian and Zhao Yunqi ate a lot, but the one who ate the most was actually Zhao Qianque. He drank quite a lot, but it was a pity that there was one less person to compete with him in drinking. However, he was in such a good mood that he drank until he lost consciousness. Li Siyu helped him into the room. "Lin Xian, your cooking is really delicious." Zhao Yunqi touched a protruding belly and looked at Lin Xian in surprise. "Then I'll cook for you in the future," Lin Xian said. Then, she thought of something and showed a disappointed expression. "In the future? Would there be another chance? I'll go back in a bit, Lin Xian said to her. Ah. Zhao Yunqi looked at Lin Xian with reluctance. Got it. Then she suddenly thought of something and asked Lin Xian expectantly, Can I look for you in the future? Of course, Lin Xian said with a smile. Really? Lin Xian nodded. I talked to your father. If you want, you can go to Lin and City. He said that you want to cultivate and become a martial artist. If you want, you can come to Lin and City. There are many friends there. Of course, Zhao Yunqi said impatiently. Then, she thought for a while and said, But I want to stay here for a while to accompany Mom and Dad. Of course, no problem. When the time comes, you have to help my Art Shen group invent some good things and help me earn a lot of money. However, cultivation still comes first. Study at Saint Brilliance Academy first. Then, I'll ask my friends to take you to the demonic beast domain to improve your realm, Lin Xian said with a smile. I'll work hard. Lin Xian nodded. Zhao Yunqi's attitude meant that she would not be mediocre. Right, will you be able to see an XN then? Zhao Yunqi asked. She liked Lin Xian. Of course, she also liked an XIN very much. She probably won't leave for the time being. You should be able to see her. In the afternoon, Li Siyu and Zhao Yunqi sent Lin Xian to the airport. I'm leaving. See you later. Lin Xian waved at Zhao Yunqi. I'll come find you soon, Zhao Yunqi shouted. Lin Xian nodded and walked away. Zhao Yunqi kept looking at Lin Xian until his figure disappeared. Then, she looked back, her little face full of reluctance and disappointment. What's wrong? You like him? Li Siyu asked with a smile as she pulled her daughter into her arms. Zhao Yunqi's pretty face suddenly turned red. No. You're my daughter. How can I, as a mother, not understand my daughter's thoughts? If you like him, then go after him boldly. He's indeed very outstanding. I also like him very much. I have the urge to be his mother-in-law. Work hard, baby. Zhao Yunqi looked up at Li Siyu. I'll work hard. Go home first. Grandpa and the others know about your situation and will be here soon. Your grandparents are so happy. After this period of time passes, you can go to Lin and City. Mom will accompany you. Lin Xian also sighed. His luck with women seemed to be quite good. He didn't deliberately get close to a beautiful girl. Instead, it was the beautiful girl who got close to him. This Zhao Yunqi was probably his. There was no hurry. Lin Xian really liked this girl. She was gentle and weak, with a kind of sickly gentleness. However, her heart was very strong. The key was that she was beautiful. After returning to Lin and City, Lin Xian had nothing to do. He went shopping with Linya, had a meal, and then went to the martial arts academy in the evening. In the 10th Demon God Temple, Yi Renbing was lying on the bed when her beautiful eyes suddenly opened. She felt that something was wrong the entire day. Then, she fell asleep during the day. When she suddenly felt something, she opened her eyes. Yi Renbing slowly sat up, her brows furrowed. She could clearly feel that there was an additional life in her stomach. Then, she closed her eyes and carefully felt it. After a long time, Yi Renbing opened her beautiful eyes. She was pregnant. No wonder she was so tired the whole day. Dragons were different from other races. When dragons were pregnant, the baby would absorb a lot of the mother's energy and strength. This was also why dragons were born strong. Dragons' babies were much weaker than other races when they were born. Yi Renbing sat there in a daze. She was actually pregnant. Chapter 1108. As a woman, she had the rare bloodline of the Dark Knight Shadow Dragon. She had to inherit the bloodline of the Dark Knight Shadow Dragon. But when the day came, could she accept it? All kinds of emotions surged up. First, she was going to be a mother. Second, how did she get pregnant? Third, damn, she was pregnant with a human's child. Fourth, didn't she just F***K a few times? How did she get pregnant? Even if she could sense the existence of life, it would take at least half a month. Didn't that mean that she had already been pregnant with Lin Xian a few times? If Lin Xian knew about this, he would definitely be upset. Damn. Didn't they say that dragons were a race that was extremely difficult to breed? How did he become the father of 2 children? Lin Xian would definitely doubt his life. This man would also be very melancholic as a father. All kinds of emotions. When Linglong Shui was pregnant, Lin Xian would definitely be the same. But at that time, he was more focused on pursuing Linglong Shui, so it might be slightly better. Yi Renbing hurriedly got up. She didn't want this child. As a mother, how could she bear to? Also, it was extremely difficult to breed dragons. If she didn't want it this time, who knew when the next time would be? But if she wanted it, the father of the child was a human and was pitifully weak. Would the child's bloodline be good? More importantly, that Lin Xian would be the child's father. Did she have to serve this Lin Xian? She, a demon god, had to serve a lowly human? But she kept pacing around the room. She was in a mess. Whoosh, in the next instant, her figure disappeared from the spot. She was a little messed up. She had never messed up in her life, but this time, Linglong Shui and the other 2 sat on the sofa, watching television, eating snacks and chatting. They had been living very comfortably these days. The happiest thing was that they didn't have to worry about gaining weight. After all, they weren't ordinary people. Linglong Yu was the happiest. Sister, how long will it take for your baby to be born? Linglong Shui drank the yogurt and glanced at Linglong Shui's stomach. By now, Linglong Shui's protruding belly had become more obvious. About half a year. Linglong Shui subconsciously touched her belly. To be honest, she was really looking forward to the birth of her child, but at the same time, she was not looking forward to it because the closer it was to that day, the closer she was to leaving. Shua, Yi Renbing's figure suddenly appeared in front of them. Linglong Shui and the other 2 looked over. He was quite puzzled, but he had never seen her with her hair disheveled. He had seen her in pajamas many times, but there was something wrong with her disheveled hair. Yi Renbing had just woken up. She hadn't even combed her hair before coming over. She must be a little messy. Did something happen? Linglong Shui glanced at her and asked. And nothing happened. Yi Renbing sat on the sofa. Linglong Shui looked at her again and felt that something was wrong. Do you want some tea? Bing Lingyue asked. No, thank you. Yi Renbing shook her head and looked at Linglong Shui's belly. Then, she reached out and touched it. 3 months. Linglong Shui nodded. Pretty good. Yi Renbing said lightly. What do you want to say? Linglong Shui asked. There was something wrong with this woman. Nothing. Yi Renbing shook her head. Then she added, nothing. Linglong Shui knew that there must be something. This was not in this woman's character. She was hemming and hawing. Yi Renbing was going crazy. This was her? Linglong Shui kept looking at her. All right. Seeing Linglong Shui's gaze, Yi Renbing shrugged and leaned on the sofa. I'm pregnant. Linglong Shui, Bing Lingyue, Linglong Shui. All right, this was indeed a big news. Is it Lin Xian's? Linglong Shui asked. Nonsense, I'm not the kind of person who doesn't keep myself clean. However, I find it strange, why would I? Linglong Shui felt the same way. Wasn't she the same? The Void Fox was also a top bloodline race. How could it be so easy to get pregnant? She felt that her pregnancy was purely a coincidence. But now that Yi Renbing was pregnant, it was not a coincidence. There was a bloodline theory in the mainland. Especially for the demon race, the higher the bloodline of the demon race, the harder it was to pass down the bloodline. Otherwise, if the demon race was already so strong, if their reproductive ability was outstanding, then in time, such a race would be able to rule the mainland. Perhaps it was because of the law of competition. God gave you a strong evil power but took away your chances of reproduction. However, if two people with similar bloodlines had a higher bloodline, then the chances of them being shot would be higher. But Lin Xian was a human. Although humans were the most powerful beings, their bloodline was nothing compared to the Night Shadow Dragon and the Void Fox. This Lin Xian could actually... Then what are your plans? Linglong Shui asked. I'm so annoyed. Where's Lin Xian? I want to kill him. Yi Renbing gritted her teeth. Linglong Shui leaned slightly on the sofa. I don't know. She then shook her head. Bastard. Then give birth to the child like Linglong. After all, the child is a life. Besides, it's not easy for dragons to give birth. Bing Lingyue said to Yi Renbing. I know. I'm just very annoyed. Of course, she couldn't bear to give up the child. After all, it was her child. She was just a little shocked. More importantly, she was annoyed. Damn it. Not only is my man a human, but she's pregnant with his child. She wanted to strangle him. Should we tell him? Linglong Shui asked. Where is he? Yi Renbing took out her phone and sent a message to Lin Xian. Lin Xian was completely dumbfounded. Holy F***CK. Did someone else pick up Yi Renbing's phone? What? Lin Xian sent a message over with a dumbfounded expression. I'm going to die. Yi Renbing sent a message over. Lin Xian was confused. What the hell? This woman hasn't had sex for 2 days and she's already so thirsty? No, you have to give me a reason. Lin Xian sent a message over. Anyway, I'm going to die. Lin Xian was speechless. Is this Yi Renbing? Who the hell are you? Get out of her body for this daddy. Okay. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm having a night class at the Martial God Academy. I won't chat with you anymore. Goodbye. Lin Xian shook his head and watched Xiao Runing teach. The Martial Arts Academy also had night classes. Then, Lin Xian's phone vibrated again. He received a message from Linglong Shui. Yi Renbing is pregnant. Boom, Lin Xian's phone fell to the ground. Chapter 1109. Morong Yu, who was in the same class as Lin Xian, looked at Lin Xian in surprise. What's going on? What's so big that he's so shocked? What's wrong? She still asked. Lin Xian came back to his senses and picked up his phone. Nothing, my phone is leaking electricity. Morong Yu. Lin Xian really wanted to cry. He's going to be a father again? No. Didn't you guys say that it's hard for girls with these bloodlines to get pregnant? How did she get pregnant? It's so uncomfortable. Of course, it's not because he's feeling, but because he's already the father of 2 children at such a young age. Once the children are born, it's as if I'm locked up in prison. No, how did both of them get pregnant? The reason why Linglong Shui wanted to tell Lin Xian was because this was a big matter, and Yi Renbing might not know how to bring it up for the time being. If Yi Renbing didn't know how to bring it up, then Linglong Shui would help her ask Lin Xian. To Linglong Shui, this might be a good thing. If Yi Renbing is pregnant, she might be able to take care of her child too. Yi Renbing's worries were no less than Lin Xian's. Lin Xian, are you free? I want to eat your delicious food. After the evening class, Lon Xingxing ran over to Lin Xian. I'm not free today. I have to go back to Lin and City. Maybe next time. Lin Xian hurriedly left after he finished speaking. Oh. Lon Xingxing looked at Lin Xian's back and pouted. She really wants to eat delicious duck. I'll go back and make it for you. Morong Yu saw Lon Xingxing's aggrieved expression and shook her head helplessly. For some reason, she doted on this girl a lot. She wasn't young anymore, but she was so innocent and adorable that people couldn't help but want to take care of her. There's no need. The Martial Arts Academy sells a lot of things. I'll just buy some food. Lon Xingxing stuck out her pink tongue. In fact, she simply wanted to eat Lin Xian's cooking. Lin Xian returned to Lin and City after class and went straight to Ling Long Shue's place. At this moment, the four of them were playing PUBG together. Lin Xian opened the door. They were all wearing headphones, and none of them even looked at him. Lin Xian. It can't be, right? This was Ling Longyue's idea. Since you guys are all frustrated, why don't you play games? It works. Cough cough. Lin Xian closed the door and coughed dryly. Several people looked over at the same time. I have a first aid kit here. Who wants it? Bing turned her head and said. The other three also turned their heads. I want it. Lin Xian. Hey. You can't ignore me like this. Lin Xian sat over. I'm not ignoring you. Bing Lingyue said. Die. Lin Xian sat there and said. Boom. At the same time, the four of them were in a car and were all killed by a bomb in the red zone. The four girls. I'm not playing anymore. I'm going to cook. Do you want to eat? Ling Long Shui looked at Lin Xian and asked. Yes. I'll definitely eat. Then I'll go help. Bing Lingyue stood up. I'm not going. I want to watch the show, Ling Longyue said. Then, she saw Ling Long Shui's gaze and coughed dryly. I'll go help too. Then, the three girls walked into the kitchen together. Cough, cough. Lin Xian coughed dryly and went to Runbing's side. That. Lin Xian scratched his head. It was so awkward. It's not only my problem. Don't you think so? Lin Xian said awkwardly. Runbing glanced at Lin Xian. What problem? It's about you being pregnant. Pfft. What's wrong with that? Runbing sneered. Lin Xian looked at her. Then what do you think? Lin Xian asked. Actually, for a man, if a girl was pregnant, the baby could be taken or not. Men might not be so reluctant. However, for a woman, especially a woman from the Devil Clan, they would definitely be reluctant. Not to mention Lin Xian, even if a woman from the Devil Clan got pregnant after being raped by someone else, there was a very high chance that she would want to keep the baby. This was how a woman from the Devil Clan was. Give birth to the baby. When I'm bored, I can play with the baby and teach him cultivation. Isn't that great? I won't have to look for a dog like you. Lin Xian. All right then. I respect your choice. Lin Xian nodded. Pfft. As if you have the right to decide. Know your place. Lin Xian. All right. I was wrong, Lord Devil God. Lin Xian said bitterly. Humph. Bing snorted coldly. In front of Lin Xian, she was completely different from in front of Ling Long Shui and the others. In front of Lin Xian, she was extremely arrogant. There was no helping it. Weren't these women all like that? I'm leaving first. Bing stood up and said. Ling Long Shui walked out of the kitchen and asked, Not eating? No. After saying that, Bing glanced at Lin Xian and disappeared. She still had to go back and see what to do when a woman got pregnant. Although she had lived for so long, this was still her first time. Ling Long Shui had become more and more homely in the Devil Clan. Because of her pregnancy, sometimes she even spoke like the mistress of the house. Hey, Xiao Linglong, didn't you say that it's hard for people with your bloodline to get pregnant? You're even afraid that you won't be able to reproduce in this lifetime? Why are you and Ranbing pregnant? Lin Xian asked bitterly. Ling Longyue had a huge opinion of Lin Xian. This person was too infuriating. Her sister, Sister Bing, and Ranbing were also beautiful and outstanding. Why did they all fall into his hands? Why was that? He was really lucky. What are you snorting for? Let me tell you, the people around you are now my people. If you don't behave, I'll get them to beat you up. Lin Xian glared at Ling Longyue and said. You. Ling Longyue pointed at Lin Xian angrily and then wrinkled her cute little nose. She snorted and stopped talking. Wow. Everyone around him seemed to have become his people. How infuriating. Xiao Linglong, go and rest. I'll cook for you. Lin Xian said and walked in. It's okay, you go and rest. Linglong Shui said indifferently. She really felt that she cared more and more about Lin Xian. Then let's eat together. Lin Xian said with a smile and then pulled Bing Lingyue's hand. Bing Lingyue's beautiful face blushed slightly. Wow. This queen blushing was really beautiful. Chapter 11:10. Lin Xian had always wanted to take Bing Lingyue down. However, he was still one step away from getting the heaven-ranked martial skill reward. However, Lin Xian didn't want to push her down just like that. Although Lin Xian felt that it would be easy for him to push Bing Lingyue down, Bing Lingyue had a strange feeling. Linglong Shui was here and it felt weird for her to be flirting with Lin Xian. You guys go ahead. I'm going out. Linglong Shui saw Lin Xian flirting with Bing Lingyue and was about to explode. She was so angry. Wasn't it enough to have her sister? She was even here. How dare you flirt with Sister Bing? She didn't want to watch anymore. After saying that, she walked over. It's good that you're going out. You don't have to be a third wheel. Lin Xian said with a grin. Linglong Shui staggered. She wanted to bite him to death. I'll do it. You and Lingyue can go out and rest. Linglong Shui glanced at them and said calmly. She really wanted Lin Xian and Bing Lingyue to take a step forward. We'll help. Lin Xian said. Bing Lingyue nodded. Then, Lin Xian moved behind Linglong Shui and reached out to touch her stomach. It was getting bigger. Xiao Linglong, do you want to go to the hospital tomorrow? Lin Xian asked. Why? Linglong Shui looked at Lin Xian curiously. It's 3 months now. We can tell if the baby is a boy or a girl. Lin Xian said. Linglong Shui's eyes lit up when she heard Lin Xian's words. To be honest, she was also looking forward to seeing if the baby was a boy or a girl. Okay. Linglong Shui nodded. Lin Xian was also looking forward to it. He hoped that it would be a girl, because Lin Xian liked girls. Thinking about it, an especially pretty, cute, and adorable little girl swaying and asking for a hug, oh my god, he couldn't take it. Linglong Shui hoped that it would be a boy. Perhaps every girl in the Goblin clan hoped that it would be a boy because they felt that boys could support the heavens and become great heroes. Moreover, boys could better continue the family line of the man. She felt that the man should also like girls. But Lin Xian really didn't favor boys over girls. Instead, he felt that girls were better. Daughters were their father's intimate little cotton-padded jackets. Although Ling Longyue was very unhappy that this pig Lin Xian had taken away her sister, she was also looking forward to the birth of the baby. That way, she wouldn't be the youngest in the family anymore, hee hee. Soon, they made a few simple yet delicious home-cooked dishes. The few of them ate happily together. It was already late when they finished eating because it was already 8 o'clock when Lin Xian arrived. After cooking, it would be 9 o'clock. After eating, cleaning up, and chatting, wouldn't it be 10 o'clock? Aren't you going to the martial arts academy? Linglong Shui asked Lin Xian. Class is over, and we're all here. Why should I go to the martial arts academy? Lin Xian said with a smile as he hugged Linglong Shui. Ling Longyue glanced at him. She was so angry. Now, Lin Xian could even take advantage of her sister in front of her. She was so angry, so angry. I'm going back to my room. Ling Longyue pouted and went back to her room angrily. I'm going back too. Bing Lingyue said and went back to her room. Aya, let's go to sleep too. Lin Xian kissed Linglong Shui's pink cheeks and said. Linglong Shui looked at Bing Lingyue's back and said to Lin Xian, go and find Lingyu. Lin Xian shook his head and said, no, I can bully Bing Bing any time. But you, after today, I won't be able to bully you. Linglong Shui frowned and looked at Lin Xian. No. She shook her head. Why, sob sob sob, you've rejected me so many times. Lin Xian said, feeling wronged. The last time I went to the hospital, The doctor said it's best not to have sex. Ling Long Shui said. It's fine if I'm 3 months pregnant. It'll be fine if I don't do it. Let's go, let's go. Trust me. The doctor said it's best not to have sex, right? Lin Xian then pulled Ling Long Shui's hand. Damn, it had been a long time since he touched Ling Long Shui. This girl was too beautiful. Lin Xian couldn't help it. Indeed, it wasn't good to do that after 3 months of pregnancy, but that didn't mean that it was impossible. It was still possible after 3 months. One had to pay attention to their posture and the intensity. After that, it wouldn't be too good. Lin Xian knew about this. He had done his research. Ling Long Shui. Let's go, let's go. No. Ling Long Shui shook her head. I just wanted to say hello to the baby in advance. You didn't let me. I'm so pitiful. Lin Xian then said with a wronged expression. Ling Long Shui. I just want to go in and say hello to the baby. Ling Long Shui. Let's go, let's go. Then, Lin Xian brought Ling Long Shui, who was half unwilling and half willing, to her fragrant room. Lin Xian was right. If he didn't do it today, he wouldn't be able to touch Ling Long Shui for the next 6 months. If he wanted to do it, he had to do it tonight. As for Bing Lingyue, there was no rush. She could do it any time. Ling Long Shui was still a soft-hearted person. Baby, Daddy is coming to see you. Lin Xian's lips curled up. The next morning, Lin Xian opened his eyes and looked at the fairy-like Ling Long Shui in his arms. Lin Xian sighed inwardly. Did he save the Milky Way galaxy in his previous life? With so many beautiful goddesses by his side, he reckoned that he must have saved the Milky Way galaxy. Bing Lingyue had just woken up in her room. She was actually looking forward to Lin Xian coming to her room, but Lin Xian didn't. To be honest, she was a little disappointed, but it was nothing. She knew that Ling Long Shui was Lin Xian's favorite. She wasn't jealous. Perhaps they all subconsciously thought that it was normal for a man to have multiple wives. In the era that Bing Lingyue lived in, all capable men had multiple wives and concubines. The concept was deeply ingrained. The most amazing thing about Lin Xian wasn't that he had multiple wives and concubines. It was that the girls around him got along very well. Although they didn't know that the girls around him were Lin Xian's women, there were bound to be some who knew and some who guessed. However, they didn't say anything. Look at Ling Ying and Han Chuxue, 2 modern goddesses. Monogamy was deeply ingrained in them and they were both very good girls. However, to what extent did they compromise for Lin Xian? This was something that Lin Xian didn't expect. Therefore, Lin Xian was really a very happy and lucky person. Ling Long Shui might have felt Lin Xian's naughty hands. Her long eyelashes trembled slightly, and then she opened her beautiful eyes. You're awake. Lin Xian couldn't help but kiss her. Chapter 11:11. It was blissful. To be honest, from the first time Lin Xian met Ling Long Shui, he never thought that such a day would come. Even after meeting her, Ling Long Shui hated him so much that she wanted to kill him. But now, she was nestled in his arms. It was so comfortable. Ling Long Shui blushed slightly and tried to get up. Don't get up, Lin Xian said with a smile. Ling Long Shui looked at Lin Xian in surprise. Lin Xian then whispered something in her ear. Her face instantly turned red. No. Ling Long Shui refused. Don't. Be good. Lin Xian said softly. Ling Long Shui then rolled her eyes at Lin Xian and slowly went in. More than an hour later, they walked out of the house together. Dragony was sleeping at home. According to Ling Long Shui, she's very sleepy these days, even eating less than before. Sometimes she'll sleep for days at a time, but she's getting better and better. Ling Long Shui wore more clothes. The weather was quite cold, so it was fine to wear more clothes. The other girls except Ling Long Shui were all wearing masks and berets. The main thing was that they were too beautiful. Lin Xian felt that if they went out like this, especially when he was beside them, something bad would happen. Moreover, Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue appeared in the MV. Lin Xian also wore a mask. Wearing a mask wasn't a big deal. Many people on the road wore it. As for Linglong Yu, she was very beautiful but she looked young. So even though she was very beautiful, she couldn't be compared to women like Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue. Moreover, this girl didn't like wearing a mask. The few of them went to the hospital together. After the examination, they waited for the notification. The notification came quickly. Lin Xian was looking forward to it. Linglong Shui was also looking forward to it. Linglong Shui's family, come and get the report. I'll go. Lin Xian then ran over and looked at it as he walked over. How is it? Linglong Shui asked with anticipation. Do you want a boy or a girl? Lin Xian smiled and asked Linglong Shui. A boy. Linglong Shui said. Why? Lin Xian asked curiously. Because a boy can be indomitable. Girls can do it too. Aren't they as indomitable as you? Lin Xian laughed. A girl? Lin Xian nodded. Yes, a girl. Linglong Shui caressed her lower abdomen. I hope it's a girl, Lin Xian said with a smile. Why? Linglong Shui asked curiously. Shouldn't a boy want a boy? A girl is beautiful and cute. She's her father's sweet little jacket. Look at how beautiful you are. When the time comes, our daughter will be super beautiful too. When the time comes, you can teach her how to cultivate and I'll teach her how to recognize a scumbag. How nice. Lin Xian laughed. Okay. Linglong Shui nodded slightly. She was actually very happy. It turned out that he liked girls. I don't think you need to teach her how to recognize a scumbag. Linglong Shui leaned against the wall and said. Why? Lin Xian asked. Let her see you and she'll know what a scumbag is. Lin Xian. Wow. This girl's words hurt his heart. I'm not a scumbag. Bah. You're still not admitting it. Linglong Shui spat. Okay. Let's go home. I'll cook for you guys. Lin Xian made lunch for them and went to the martial arts academy. Today's class was in the afternoon. Lin Xian realized that he liked military classes. It was not only because the instructor was Xiao Runing, but also because he was interested in military classes. In the martial arts academy, Lin Xian could be challenged again today. Therefore, the first thing Lin Xian did after class was to rush to the 99th peak. Because Lin Xian was on the 100th peak, the 10,000 people in the front yard could directly challenge the 100th to 108th peaks. Therefore, as long as Lin Xian was on the 90th peak, they could not directly challenge him. At that time, only the person on the 100th peak could challenge him. If Lin Xian was on the 97th peak, then only the people on the 98th, 99th, and 100th peaks could challenge him. Of course, they could only compete for the ownership of each peak. However, the outside world could still challenge him. It was just that even if they succeeded in the challenge, they would not be able to obtain Lin Xian's peak, only Lin Xian's ranking. Lin Xian returned to the backyard and prepared to pack up his things on the 100th peak. Then, when he went up, he saw 1 or 2,000 people waiting for him. These challengers could enter the 100th to 108th peaks to challenge, but they could only stay in that small area. Otherwise, wouldn't it be a mess? He did not even feel safe sleeping in his room. Lin Xian saw this scene and felt uncomfortable. This F***king. I say, what are you guys doing? These people knew that Lin Xian might challenge the 90th peak. As long as Lin Xian entered the 90th peak, they would not be able to challenge him. Although Lin Xian was no longer on the 108th peak, more people wanted to challenge Lin Xian because they were unhappy with him. Why did he have such a good relationship with the school beauties? Why? Then I'll target you and defeat you. There were not many reasons. Lin Xian saw this scene and felt helpless. Since they were all here and they wanted to challenge Lin Xian could not reject them. Therefore, he had to finish 5 rounds today before he could leave and challenge others. Lin Xian, we are all here to challenge you. A person pointed at Lin Xian and said. I know, who wants to challenge me? Lin Xian walked in and picked up an orange from the stone table in the yard. He said while peeling it. Me. 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 Let me go first. I'm here first. Those people started to compete again. Hey, 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 look at you guys. So many people challenge me every day. What do you want me to do? Lin Xian shrugged helplessly and said, Last time when I asked those people to pay to challenge me, you guys said that I was black-hearted and that I cheated you of your money. Look at how I choose now. Who do I choose? Randomly. I choose randomly. Those who are not chosen are unhappy and unhappy. How about this? More than 1,000 of you will fight among yourselves. Whoever wins will challenge me in the top 5. How about that? Of course we can't. How can we challenge you when we're done and our spiritual energy is exhausted? Moreover, there are so many people here. Who knows when we will fight? Besides, there will be new challengers coming one after another. Someone said. Yes, yes. Definitely not. Those people discussed animatedly. Well, then what do we do? Then pay up. If you are willing, pay up. If you are not, please withdraw. Unless you give me another way. Lin Xian said. Okay. Pay up then. Pay up then. One had to know that this was a group of arrogant young masters. Although they heard that Lin Xian had defeated a domain realm cultivator, none of them were convinced. They all felt that they were not ordinary people and had the ability to fight above their level. Why couldn't they do the same? Therefore, the number of challengers did not decrease just because Lin Xian defeated a domain realm cultivator. Chapter 11-12. After that, there was nothing much to say. Lin Xian was the kind of person who made others think that they could beat him. However, 5 of them were defeated by Lin Xian. After 5 rounds, Lin Xian directly called it a day. Although he could make money, he was afraid that it would not be easy to make money in the future. After the first time, and the second time, people would definitely suspect that Lin Xian was pretending to be weak. Lin Xian did not care. He did not want to be annoyed. He directly went to the 90th peak. The 90th peak was not easy to be. Because if one wanted to advance to the 80th peak from the 91st to the 99th peak, the 91st peak must belong to one. Only by reaching the 90th peak would one be qualified to challenge the 80th or 80th peak. Even if one was the 91st peak, one would have to defeat the person on the 90th peak before one could challenge the 80th peak. Lin Xian thought that he wanted to be in the top few. Although he did not need to do so now because it was too high profile, he would have to slowly challenge and advance bit by bit. That would take a lot of time, so he might as well challenge now. When he arrived at the 90th peak, Lin Xian saw Wang Xintong. This girl was waiting behind a person. That person was competing with another person. This person was definitely in the 90th peak. He was definitely going to charge into the 80th peak. Lin Xian. Wang Xintong saw Lin Xian and revealed a happy expression. She ran in front of Lin Xian. You want to challenge too? Lin Xian pinched her pink cheeks and smiled. Anyway, there was no one around to watch, except for the 2 people who were competing. They were in full swing and did not have the time to watch them. Wang Xintong nodded. Then you go ahead. Wang Xintong said to Lin Xian. Forget it. If you want a challenge, then you do it. I will challenge the 91st peak. Lin Xian smiled and said. There's no need for that. You do it. Besides, I may not necessarily win. Even if I win, I may not necessarily win against over 80 mountains. Wang Xintong stuck out her tongue. All right then, I'll challenge the 80th peak after I'm done, Lin Xian said. All right. Wang Xintong nodded. If this person lost to Lin Xian, then he would directly go to Lin Xian's 100th peak. If Lin Xian successfully challenged the 80th peak, then the 80th peak would belong to the 90th peak. However, Lin Xian trusted Wang Xintong. The difference in strength between the 80th, 80th, and 90th peaks was actually very small. It depended more on one's performance and attributes. Although Wang Xintong had dual attributes of water and light, neither of which was a combat attribute, she was not weak. Therefore, when she defeated the 80th peak that Lin Xian successfully challenged, Lin Xian felt that it would not be a big problem. Since Wang Xintong wanted to challenge him so early, Lin Xian felt that she was also very confident in herself. The two people in front of him finished their challenges quickly. The person who came to challenge failed. Zhao Long glanced at Lin Xian and Wang Xintong, then said indifferently, "Which one of you wants to challenge me?" "Not resting?" Lin Xian asked with a smirk. No need." "All right." Lin Xian then jumped up. "It's you, Lin Xian?" The person looked at Lin Xian and narrowed his eyes. "Oh, brother, you seem to be hostile towards me." Lin Xian asked with a smile. "No." Zhao Long shook his head. "Of course." He was Lan Xingxing's suitor. This bastard was actually so close to Lan Xingxing and even went to her dormitory. How could he not be hostile? "That's good. Are you sure you don't want to rest?" Lin Xian asked with a smile. "No need." Zhao Long's fire attribute energy surged. "Come on." Lin Xian shrugged. This Zhao Long's strength was still at the one-star domain realm. In the martial arts academy, he was naturally above average. However, it was still the same saying. The truly powerful people in the martial arts academy were probably the top 30 peaks. The top 30 peaks were the elites of the elites. The people behind them were at most a little genius. To Lin Xian, they were nothing. "Lin Xian, you can do it." Wang Xintong was definitely Lin Xian's little fangirl. After all, beauty was in the eye of the beholder. Moreover, she knew that Lin Xian was very powerful. Zhao Long snorted coldly. Why? What was so different about this Lin Xian? Almost all of the top 10 school beauties on the ranking list had more or less interacted with him. Even a few of them came to watch his martial arts competition. This was a very important moment for a man. Which man didn't want to attract the attention of a few school beauties during their martial arts competition? However, Lin Xian actually did it. He couldn't understand. "Hey brother, what are you thinking about? Let's fight." Lin Xian shouted. "Come on." Zhao Long then looked at Lin Xian warily. Although he felt that he could win, he had heard that Lin Xian had defeated several domain realm martial artists who challenged him. Therefore, this Lin Xian was actually not weak. Following that, Zhao Long roared angrily. The entire martial arts arena was burning with flames. The flames quickly shrank, as if Lin Xian had become a turtle in a jar. Lin Xian naturally wouldn't reveal his full strength. However, he didn't want to waste time. If he could end the battle as soon as possible, then so be it. Spatial seal. Lin Xian stretched out his hand and clenched it slightly. You think you're the only one who can seal me? You're too young. Zhao Long snorted and suddenly punched the spatial barrier created by Lin Xian. However, he was shocked to find that he couldn't break this spatial barrier at all. How is this possible? You're at the domain realm. Zhao Long looked at Lin Xian in shock. To be honest, there was nothing shocking about a student at the martial arts academy being at the domain realm. However, for some reason, he felt that Lin Xian was at the domain realm. Lin Xian also felt very helpless. Was he weak? Why was he weak in the eyes of these people? He had defeated a domain realm martial artist time and time again in the eyes of others as a lower realm martial artist. Why was he still weak in the eyes of these people? He couldn't understand what these people were thinking. One-star domain realm. Don't think that you can win against me just because you're at the one-star domain realm and have the spatial attribute. This young master can easily shatter the spatial barrier created by a one-star domain realm martial artist. Then, he roared and released his fire attribute power with all his might, bombarding the spatial seal. There was a crack, but it didn't shatter. Lin Xian secretly shook his head. Under normal circumstances, as long as a martial artist was a so-called genius in the same realm, it would be relatively easy for them to break through some of the spatial or time restrictions. However, one mustn't forget that Lin Xian didn't have the normal spatial attribute. His spatial purity and proficiency were maxed out. Since ancient times, there had never been a human who had maxed out the spatial purity and proficiency. Therefore, if someone at the same realm wanted to break free from Lin Xian's spatial restrictions, the difficulty would definitely be extraordinary. I'll stop pretending. I'm going to lay my cards on the table. I'm not trash. Lin Xian's lips curled up. Chapter 11:13. Under Zhao Long's incredulous and unwilling gaze, Lin Xian blasted a space. Boom, the space was blasted apart, and then Zhao Long was blasted away in ragged clothes. Lin Xian still knew his limits. He only suffered some superficial wounds. After all, there was no enmity between them, and it was just a simple competition. There was no need to be so vicious. Wang Xintong looked at Lin Xian with her mouth slightly agape. Too powerful? They were both in the domain realm, but the opponent in the same realm couldn't resist at all? No, shouldn't they be evenly matched in the same realm? And this was a student of the martial arts academy. They weren't simple. How could Lin Xian win so easily? Wasn't this too powerful? Actually, it was very simple. It was the space attribute. Did you think the space attribute was functional? That was a huge mistake. Yes, if you could easily break through the limitations of space or time, then these two attributes would only be a temporary restriction to you, and wouldn't have much effect on the battle. However, if you couldn't break through, then these two attributes would be your eternal nightmare. Normally, there was a chance to break through in the same realm, but the chances were actually not high. Otherwise, space and time wouldn't be so powerful. But after all, this was the martial arts academy, and everyone was an expert. So in the martial arts academy, the chances of breaking through were very high. But Lin Xian was too monstrous. With full proficiency and purity, even if someone was 1 star higher than Lin Xian, it would be very difficult to break through easily. You had to be at least 2 stars higher than him. And if you couldn't break through, then you would be a turtle in a jar in the space barrier created by Lin Xian. It didn't matter if you had skills, laws, or domains, it would all be useless. You had the strength but couldn't use it. Zhao Long got up from the ground. How should he put it? He admitted that Lin Xian was stronger than him, but he refused to accept it. Because he felt that Lin Xian only won because of the shamelessness of space. I'll get my revenge for this. Zhao Long tossed his badge to Lin Xian. At the same time, Lin Xian tossed his badge to Zhao Long. Then, Zhao Long snorted and walked away. Lin Xian was an expert. This was Zhao Long's thoughts. Yes, he wasn't convinced, but the space attribute that Lin Xian released was too strong. He had fought with space attribute martial artists before, but Lin Xian was at the same realm as him. Zhao Long didn't have the confidence to break through Lin Xian's space barrier. This was enough to prove that Lin Xian's attainments in space were very high. Perhaps his strength was not strong, but his space was very strong. In the face of the space attribute, once you are restricted by the power of space, you basically only have one chance to break through the space seal. If you can't break through this one chance, then the opponent will have enough time to use space explosion and other powers. Then I'll go challenge number 80. You just wait here for him. When he comes, you can challenge him directly, Lin Xian said to Wang Xintong. N. Wang Xintong nodded. Give me a kiss. Lin Xian smiled and moved his face closer. Wang Xintong's pretty face couldn't help but blush. Since she started dating Lin Xian, there had been very few ambiguous moments between them. She felt that Lin Xian didn't like her at all. So this time, when Lin Xian took the initiative to kiss her, she was actually very happy. Wang Xintong's little face was red. She tiptoed and kissed Lin Xian's cheek. Let's go. Lin Xian then walked away. Lin Xian was qualified to challenge number 80. Wang Xintong wasn't, so Wang Xintong couldn't go there. Those who succeeded in the challenge could stop fighting for 2 days. Others couldn't challenge them, but if they lost, they could still be challenged by others. Lin Xian might return to Lin and City after today's battle because he still wanted to see Zi Qiue. Zi Qiue triggered a divine rank martial skill, so he was very much looking forward to it. However, she was a heavenly concubine. He didn't know if it would be easy to woo her. What if she was lonely? There was still Luo Chenxi. Heavenly concubine Zi Qiue. Lin Xian might still have a chance. Perhaps Lin Xian had some interactions with her. After all, Lin Xian had written songs for her before, so they had some common topics to talk about. However, Luo Chenxi was an Xian's boss and also a mature and beautiful woman. She was truly beautiful, but Lin Xian did not have any common topics to talk about with her. The only conversation they had was during the gala, and they had never spoken to each other again. This kind of situation was really too difficult to pursue. However, the mission reward that Luo Chenxi triggered made Lin Xian very excited. Top-notch domain. Lin Xian's law was the top-notch law of creation. The Blue Star's mission also had the law of destruction. What kind of powerful domain could a top-notch domain be? Lin Xian was of course looking forward to it. Lin Xian also wanted to have more interactions with them. If he had more interactions with them, he would be able to increase their favorability. However, they didn't give him a chance. For the time being, Zi Qiue had a chance, but this Luo Chenxi had too few chances. He would see when the time came. Anyway, he had 3 months. If he couldn't complete it, he would spend the Adonis points to delay it. He had to quickly get Xiao Xinyue. As long as he got her, Lin Xian wouldn't have to spend the Adonis points to exchange for the chalcedony liquid. Therefore, Lin Xian decided that after meeting Zi Qiue, he would officially start to woo Xiao Xinyue. In fact, Xiao Xinyue was already halfway through. The rest was to take advantage of her. Her favorability towards Lin Xian was not low. It was close to 40. 50 favorability was the threshold for confessing, but it didn't mean that one had to reach 50 to confess. 40 favorability was basically at the level of trust. 10 minutes later, Lin Xian successfully took down the 80th peak. There wasn't much difficulty, and Lin Xian couldn't even feel the thrill of the battle. There was really no pressure at all. Lin Xian couldn't be said to be that amazing, but he was really invincible within the same realm. Fighting those 3 stars higher than him would be a little stressful. Only Tier 5 experts were the most difficult. It wasn't because Lin Xian's combat standards were outstanding, but because his cheats were too fierce. All the major attributes, powerful martial arts, full talent, full attribute purity, just this full attribute purity, how many unimaginable things could he do? The news of Lin Xian's strength was also spread. This kind of news couldn't be hidden. Lin Xian didn't plan to hide it, but the things he revealed were very limited. Before, in the eyes of others, Lin Xian was just a piece of trash. Now, they had to pay attention to Lin Xian. Those who were confident that they could defeat Lin Xian before were no longer so sure. After all, the space attribute was no joke. After all, it was said that Lin Xian defeated the person on the 80th peak in 10 seconds. They had no choice but to put away their previous contempt for Yi Shiwen. Chapter 11-14. After the challenge, Lin Xian went to Xiao Runing's class. He felt that he was very busy, but he also felt very fulfilled. He didn't even raise his realm during this period of time. But after all, he was in the Martial Arts Academy. The Martial Arts Academy had its own set of plans. They had their own guidelines for when to go out and when to do missions. The students didn't have to worry about these. Of course, if you wanted to go out to the Beast Domain, you could as long as you met the rules. Lin Xian could go, but Lin Xian didn't. The only place he went to was Yi Ranbing's place. But now that Yi Ranbing was also pregnant, Lin Xian had a headache. The headache was that he was now the father of 2 babies, but he was still hooking up with other girls all day long. But he had no choice but to hook up with them. The system's mission punishment was all kinds of shortening and disappearing. How could he withstand it? This is simply forcing you to do the quest. Although Lin Xian was actually quite happy while doing missions, he had to admit that. After all, they were all King beauties. As a man, how could he not be happy? The Art Xian group's continuous development was temporarily handed over to Murong Qing and Lin Ya. When Zhao Yunqi returned, and with Miao Xiaomiao, these two girls could create unimaginable wealth for the Art Xian group. Next, I have something to say. Xiao Runing stood on the podium, her beautiful eyes sweeping over the crowd as she spoke. Lin Xian came back to his senses. Murong Yu glanced at Lin Xian again. He rarely zoned out. At most, he would stare at instructor Xiao Runing. Today, he seemed to be in a daze even without looking at her. In 3 days, our martial arts academy will hold our first mission, Xiao Runing said. Hearing Xiao Runing's words, the students were all excited. F*CK. I'm F*King bored to death in the martial arts academy. I finally have a mission. We can finally get out. I really envy those people in the backyard. They can go out of the martial arts academy as they please, just like us. Sigh. To be honest, it was an honor to enter the martial arts academy, but it really made many people here feel suffocated. They were all daughters or young masters of rich families. They were so happy outside, but when they came here, they couldn't fall in love without entering the backyard. Who the F*CK could stand this? Most importantly, he really couldn't enter. And quit. Not many of them had the face to leave. Therefore, when they heard that they were going to be assigned a mission, of course they were excited. They could finally F*King go out. Going to the demonic beast domain was also a kind of luxury. Xiao Runing then said, this time's mission is 1/5 of the school-level mission, that is to say, there will be 4,000 people doing this mission. Fortunately, our military class is in this 5th, but the other 4/5 of the students will be doing the mission one after another, so everyone is equal. Xiao Runing paused for a moment before continuing. Tomorrow, our Martial God Academy's Martial God app will announce the missions. There may be hundreds of missions in total, with different sizes and difficulties. Everyone can choose the 3 missions that you like the most. Then, the system will filter the missions based on the number of people, your strength, the difficulty of the mission, and other factors. In the end, it will decide which mission each person will take on. There may be hundreds of people taking on a mission at the same time, or there may even be only 1 or 2 people. However, no matter how difficult the mission is, there will definitely be more powerful students who will take it on. There is only one request, and that is that after seeing the posted missions, you will act according to your ability. Everyone's safety is the most important. Then Xiao Runing continued, you have all signed a life and death contract with the Martial Arts Academy. The Martial Arts Academy will be responsible for your lives, and we also hope that you will be responsible for your own lives. Even if you die, the Martial Arts Academy will not take any responsibility. You must remember this. However, the biggest guarantee we can do is to ensure your safety as much as possible. When the time comes, we will give everyone the space crystal that they use to participate in the assessment. If you encounter danger, you can use the space crystal to directly teleport back to the Martial Arts Academy. Your safety can be guaranteed, but it depends on whether you will be careless or not. Miss Xiao, what kind of missions are there? Someone asked. They are all kinds of missions in the demonic beast domain. The easier ones are to kill a certain number of demonic beasts. The more difficult ones are to go to a more dangerous place to do something. That's about it. You will know the specifics tomorrow. You can also tell the difficulty of the mission by yourself, Xiao Runing said. So, when the time comes, your teammates will be random. That is, some students who have chosen the same mission as you. Xiao Runing said. Miss Xiao, what if we want to act alone? Su Jiming stood up and asked at this time. As for whether you can survive, that is also your own business. However, there are a few missions that must be carried out as a team. Because the risk factor is too high, I will not disclose this to you for the time being. But if you go out and fail to complete the mission, the Academy will punish you. So, choose a mission that is within your ability and try your best to protect your own life to complete the mission. The meaning of the existence of the Martial Arts Academy was to let these people become independent talents, to stimulate their potential, to make them improve on their original foundation, and even to make them undergo a qualitative change and sublimation. The martial arts academy would work hard, but the warriors themselves would also need to work hard. This process was very dangerous. There would definitely be people, and many of them would be sacrificed. However, this was everyone's choice. The academy would not force you to do the mission or come to the martial arts academy. Since you came, you should have the determination and the consciousness of sacrifice. However, the martial arts academy would try its best to protect everyone. The space crystal was the embodiment of this. With the space crystal in hand, unless you encountered an existence that could kill you instantly, there was nothing you could do about it. However, the probability of that happening was extremely low. Since they were asked to do the mission, these mission points and mission targets must have been scouted by the instructors of the Martial Arts Academy in advance. They were trying their best to protect everyone. Okay, class is over. Lin Xian also walked out and lit a cigarette. Xiao Runing glanced at him. When did this bastard learn to smoke? Morongyu also glanced at Lin Xian when she passed by him. When did he learn to smoke? He learned to smoke on Earth. However, when he heard about Yi Ranbing's pregnancy last night, Lin Xian was extremely depressed. It was his first time in this world to buy cigarettes. Chapter 11:15. Morongyu glanced at Lin Xian and asked, "I've never seen you smoke before." She treated Lin Xian in a special way. Normally, she would not take the initiative to talk to a man. However, in her eyes, Lin Xian was a friend. She did not think much of it. "This is not smoking. It's loneliness," Lin Xian said as he blew out a smoke ring. Morongyu, "So you're very lonely?" Sigh, yes. Lin Xian then looked at Morongyu and said with a smile, "Beautiful class monitor, are you trying to help me get rid of my loneliness?" Morongyu shook her head and said calmly, "I want to ask you about the 6th level of Thousand Ice Pupils." The 6th level? I've told you before. You need a pure young body to help you cultivate. Morongyu nodded. You also said that you have a pure young body. Yes, so I can help you reach the 6th level of Thousand Ice Pupils. It depends on whether you're willing. How? Morongyu asked. She was a person who thirsted for power. In her life, other than family, power was more important than anything else. It's simple. Let's dual cultivate. Morongyu. Seeing her eyes, Lin Xian coughed and said with a smile, "It's not that kind of dual cultivation. It's in a place where no one will disturb us. We might need to wear cool clothes. Then, we'll use our palms. You release your cold energy and I'll release my fire energy. The two types of energy will neutralize each other. My fire energy will gradually help you unlock the 6th level of Thousand Ice Pupils." Morongyu muttered to herself for a moment. She believed Lin Xian's words. After all, Lin Xian had indeed helped her unlock the 5th layer of her Thousand Ice Pupils. Furthermore, the 6th layer he mentioned seemed to make sense to her. But why do we have to wear cool clothes? Morongyu didn't quite understand what the connection was. Because wearing cool clothes is more beneficial for your absorption of fire attribute energy. The best way is to be naked, but I know that you definitely can't do that. So, it's best to wear cool clothes, but you definitely can't wear too much. Otherwise, the failure rate will be very high. This process may last for 1 or 2 hours. In 1 or 2 hours, there's a chance that the release, neutralization, and fusion of our energy will be disrupted because of wearing too much. It might even cause an explosion. If we release our energy for such a long time, the explosion of energy might cause us to die there. Lin Xian said with a very reasonable expression. Morongyu pondered for a while. Got it. When are you free? Lin Xian. You don't mind? It won't expose anything, and it can also greatly increase my strength. Why should I be afraid? Morongyu looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian. This woman was very cold, but she was not pretentious at all. Interesting. I still have to go to Lin and City to do something. Why don't you wait for me to come back from there? Okay. Morongyu nodded. Remember to wear nice clothes. Choose a beautiful set of underwear. Lin Xian grinned. Morongyu. Then she directly walked away. Did she have to wear underwear just to wear cool clothes? No. Who said that? Couldn't she wear the loose t-shirt that she wore the other day? That was also cool, right? Lin Xian drove directly back to Lin and City. In a private room of Lin and Hotel, Zi Qiue, an Xin, Lu Yufan, Miao Xiaomiao, and Yi Yi, 5 beautiful girls of different ages gathered around the table. The dishes were served one after another. The waiter who served the dishes was shocked. What kind of immortal gathering was this? Zi Qiue? An Xin? There were also 3 beautiful girls. They were actually here. This was too exaggerated. However, Zi Qiue specifically told them not to tell others. Presumably, with her appeal and the warning from the hotel's leaders, they would not reveal it, at least for now. When they got off work, they would probably brag that they saw Zi Qiue and an Xin and were eating at their hotel. This meal was treated by Zi Qiue. Of course, it was mainly for Lin Xian. She came for Lin Xian. Zi Qiue was a talented woman. Of course, she liked talented people the most. Lin Xian was not invincible in her eyes, but he was definitely very talented. She admired and liked him very much. Of course, this kind of like was not the kind that she wanted to have sex with, but it did not necessarily improve to the kind that she wanted to have sex with. An Xin and Zi Qiue played the guitar together in the private room and sang Lin Xian's new song together. The more Zi Qiue sang, the more she liked it. She loved this song so much that she decided that she must cover this song. At the same time, Lin Xian's position in her heart rose by another level. Lin Xian's songs from an Xin to now were all top-notch, and they were all top-notch songs that could be passed down. With this kind of talent, if he entered the entertainment industry, it would only take time for him to become a heavenly king. However, he didn't want to enter the entertainment industry and didn't even want to show his face. This made Zi Qiue admire him greatly. It's good, it's good. Lu Yufan and the others excitedly applauded the two of them. Some people outside would pass by their private room and hear the melodious songs coming from inside. The most exaggerated thing was that if you went shopping now, you would see that 50% or more of the songs that Lin Xian wrote for an Xin, including Zi Qiue's dignity. This kind of situation would only happen when a divine song like the Big Apple appeared. In the entire empire, Lin Xian's songs dominated the charts. They also dominated the charts. It's not the singing that's good, it's the songs that are good. Zi Qiue smiled and put down the guitar. Yeah, Lin Xian is really too talented. An Xin also sighed in admiration. Lu Yufan and the others were even more shocked. From the day they met Lin Xian, they never thought that Lin Xian would be like this one day. He was really amazing. I really don't know how much ink he has in his stomach. A person can write so many melodies and so many styles of songs in such a short time. The lyrics are also good, but the styles are too diverse. An Xin said. Zi Qiue was in this line of work. She deeply knew how difficult it was for a person to write songs in several different styles. For any singer-songwriter, if you listen to their songs, you would find that their songs basically had one style, at most two. The different styles were written by other people. So I came here to talk to Lin Xian about cooperation. Zi Qiue said with a smile, then took a sip of her drink. Sister Qiue, do you want Lin Xian to write songs for you? Lu Yufan asked. Zi Qiue nodded. Yeah, after all, his songs are too good. I don't know if he will agree. He definitely will. Trace said. Why? Because he's the most lecherous. Everyone. Ha ha ha. Chapter 11:16. Lin Xian was wearing a mask and a cap. When he arrived at the door, he heard the girls laughing inside. Sisters, what's so funny when I'm not here? Are they talking bad about me? Lin Xian felt that someone must know that Zi Qiue and the others were inside. If he went in alone, someone would definitely guess that he was Lin Xian. Therefore, Lin Xian had to wear a mask or something. He pushed open the door and walked in. The beautiful girls looked at Lin Xian at the same time. I'm starving, I'm starving. Lin Xian then sat next to Yi Yi. The dishes are all here. Do you want to drink? Zi Chue asked. Yes, a big star is treating us. We have to drink, and we have to drink good wine. Lin Xian said with a smile. The girls looked at Lin Xian helplessly. Wow. He really acted like they were close to each other. No, how could he be so shameless as to say something like that? On the other hand, Zi Chue was happy to hear this. This meant that Lin Xian wanted to have a good relationship with her. That was a good thing. Even if he spent millions on a meal, it was nothing to her. She didn't care. Okay, then I'll go. I'll go. It's not convenient for Sister Chue to go out. Lu Yufan said. Well, 2 bottles of Royal Salute. Okay. Lu Yufan then ran out like a wisp of smoke. Not long after, a young lady brought them 2 bottles of Royal Salute. Beauty Chue, you've spent a lot of money. Lin Xian looked at the dishes on the table. A few of them were home-cooked dishes that everyone liked to eat, but the rest were expensive. As for why Lin Xian didn't call her sister Chue, what a joke. If he called her sister Chue, they would be siblings. If he didn't call her sister Chue, it was more likely that they would develop a relationship. After all, this triggered a confession quest. It's okay. It's my honor to treat Mr. Lin Xian to a meal. Zi Chue smiled. Cough cough, Lin Xian choked and quickly said. Don't say that, beautiful Chue. If your fans or society find out, I'll be scolded to death. Although Mr. Lin Xian hasn't entered the entertainment industry, he is quite familiar with it. Zi Chue smiled. It's all right. Internet trolls are too scary, and keyboard warriors are too powerful. We can't afford to offend them. Lin Xian shrugged and picked up an abalone. F***ck. It's delicious. I feel that it's much better than the abalones I used to eat. Moreover, there's no fishy smell at all. Lin Xian pointed and said. Of course, Mr. Lin Xian. It can't be something ordinary, right? Zi Chue said with a smile. No. Beauty Chue, don't be like this. Calling him Mr. makes us feel distant. Oh. Zi Chue's eyes lit up. Call me little brother. Everyone. Wow. Lin Xian even flirted with Zi Chue? Lu Yufan and the others were shocked. Zi Chue was also stunned for a moment. Then, she smiled and said, Okay, little brother Lin Xian. Lin Xian scratched his head. Zi Chue stood up, raised her glass, and said, It's my first time in Lin and City. I'm very happy to see you all. Here's a toast to you. Then, everyone stood up and clinked glasses. Miao Xiaomiao knew that this was Lin Xian's home ground, so they were mostly here to eat, watch the big stars, and listen to them chat. The main thing was that their favorite Xian and Zi Chue were here, and they invited them to join them, so they really couldn't help but come. Lin Xian, Sister Chue wants to see you because... Xian looked at Lin Xian. I know, I'm writing songs. Lin Xian put down his chopsticks. I don't know if you can handle it. No, I should ask if you agree first. Zi Chue looked at Lin Xian. You should know whether I agree or not, Lin Xian said with a smile. Zi Chue smiled and raised her glass to Lin Xian. Then, she drank it in one gulp. It had to be said that this kind of woman, the way she drank was really beautiful and elegant. Anyway, it could be said that she had thought it through. Moreover, this was a heavenly concubine. This kind of woman would give you a strong feeling in addition to being beautiful. What kind of feeling? It was that she was not ordinary. She was the idol and dream lover of countless people. It was very satisfying to sleep with such a woman. Of course, Zi Chue was very smart. When Lin Xian agreed to go to the banquet, she knew that Lin Xian had agreed. Then can you handle it? Zi Chue asked. Although Lin Xian was indeed very talented and she acknowledged that, she had also personally written and composed songs. She knew how long and how difficult it was to write a song with lyrics, let alone write one for 2 people. Moreover, it was a high-quality song. That's not a problem. Anaxian, give me the guitar. Lin Xian waved at Anaxian. Then, Anaxian handed the guitar to Lin Xian. Beauty Chiue is more suitable for singing some love songs. Whether it's cheerful or sad, it suits you. However, this love song must have a little bit of meaning. Lin Xian said as he plucked the strings. Zi Chiue and everyone looked at Lin Xian. Could it be that Lin Xian? Little brother, are you going to improvise? Zi Chiue asked with a smile. She had heard Anaxian say that those flowers and a Taoist nun friend of hers were improvised in front of her by Lin Xian. Miss Chiue, you have to have some confidence in me so that we can cooperate better. Lin Xian chuckled and began to fiddle with the strings. Then, he hummed a song. The girls listened carefully to Lin Xian's humming. Although it was only 20 seconds, but Zi Chiue opened her beautiful eyes, which were shining slightly. Good song. Not to mention other things, she loved this song. Of course, who wouldn't love the chorus of Later? Especially for a woman like Zi Chiue, this kind of song was most suitable for her. Anaxian looked at Lin Xian with shining eyes. He was too talented, really too talented. It should be a good song. Whether it's good or not, we'll know when it's written. Lin Xian said with a smile. Then, Lin Xian said, Miss Chue, please give me a pen and paper. I'll write it first. Right now? Zi Chue was stunned. Yes, I should be able to write it after eating and chatting. I can't let you down. Lin Xian grinned. Zi Chue looked at Lin Xian with slight surprise and then handed him a pen and paper. Lin Xian chatted with everyone while eating and writing the song. Okay, take a look. Lin Xian handed the song to Zi Chiue. Zi Chiue took it and Anaxian came over to read it. The more she read, the more surprised she was. He wrote it just like that. Although the words weren't good, the song, she hummed it according to the song. Later, I finally learned how to love. Unfortunately, you're long gone and disappeared in the sea of people. Later. Wow. This song is so good. Anaxian couldn't help but exclaim. Lin Xian said that this song was indeed good. After all, it was a classic song of a generation. This song would definitely be passed down for hundreds of years or even longer. Chapter 11:17. Then, Zi Chue looked at Lin Xian in surprise. Wasn't this person too exaggerated? How could he write such a song just like that? In her opinion, this song was so good that she couldn't wait to release it now. Really, she didn't know why, but she loved the songs written by Lin Xian too much. They were too much to her taste. Is it okay? Lin Xian asked. It's more than okay, Zi Chue said in surprise. Then, she looked at Lin Xian and asked, if you can write such a song so casually, what kind of song are you seriously writing? Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders and said, it's about the same. It can only be said that the style is different, but the level is the same. However, I won't help with the accompaniment. I believe that with Miss Chiue's ability, it's easy for you to make an accompaniment, right? Zi Chiue nodded. Of course, no problem. Don't worry, all the fees for these songs will be given to you. She really didn't lack money, and she didn't come to Lin Xian for money. She simply liked these songs and liked to sing. As for fame, she didn't lack it. Her fame had already been consolidated, and it would be difficult for it to soar again. Lin Xian didn't refuse because he was short of money. If others knew Lin Xian's thoughts, they would definitely kill him. Short of money? You're F***king short of money? For a big star like Zi Chue, as long as her songs were popular, they could easily earn hundreds of millions a year. Moreover, they were high-quality songs. When the time came for various singing variety shows, the copyright fee would also be a big income. In any case, Lin Xian was making money from various places. But there's a premise. Lin Xian thought of something and said, what? Because I promised Anaxian that I would give her an award, and the songs I wrote for you can easily win an award, so, when an Xian heard Lin Xian's words, she was touched. He actually kept this matter in his heart. Zi Qiue understood what Lin Xian meant and said, "Don't worry, I just like these songs and singing, and I've passed the time of competing for results. And Anne's career is on the rise, and she happened to meet you. You can definitely help her reach a higher level. She might even be crowned as the queen. At that time, I will make a statement that I won't compete for any awards for these songs." Sister Chue. An Xian bit her lips and looked at Zi Chue. Zi Chue smiled and rubbed her hair. She said, "Good luck. You can reach even higher heights." Lin Xian nodded and said, "All right then." Zi Chue said, "This period of time can also be considered as a vacation for myself. From my debut until now, the longest I've rested in a year is only a month. During this period of time, I'll focus on writing songs and singing. I won't take on any jobs. It just so happens that I'll stay in Lin and City. If I have time, I'll go to the Monster Beast domain to take a look." Sister Chiue, you also go to the Monster Beast domain? Zi Chue shook her head. "Not many." Lin Xian used his Eye of Cave Spirit to take a look. She was in the arcane body realm, which was actually not that high. However, for such a big star to still have the strength of the arcane body realm, it could be considered amazing. An Xian, on the other hand, had never been to the demonic beast domain in her entire life. She was just an ordinary star. However, going to the demonic beast domain was something that every capable person had to do. Not for anything else, but for the sake of living a few more years, she had to go even if it meant having better skin. However, everyone had their own life choices and plans. An Xian might not go now, but she would definitely go in the future. As for Zi Chue, she also didn't go there often. However, she thought that she was a public figure after all. Sometimes, she might encounter some danger, so she could better protect herself if she had some strength. Lin Xian was happy. Zi Chue would stay in Lin and City for the time being. An Xian would also stay in Lin and City. Then, he would have more opportunities. There was also Luo Chenxi. "By the way, An Xian, is your boss staying here?" Lin Xian asked. "Ah." An Xian was stunned. Why did Lin Xian suddenly ask about her boss? "Humph." Miao Xiaomiao snorted. Lin Xian glanced at her. This girl was jealous. "Hey, what are you snorting for?" Lin Xian rolled his eyes. He was just asking, and this girl thought that he was going to hit on her? "Because you are a hooligan, right, Yi?" Yi nodded. Lin Xian. Zi Chue held back her laughter. "Brother Lin Xian, how are you a hooligan?" She felt that it was quite interesting. "Nonsense, when did I become a hooligan?" "Don't believe me," Lin Xian said to Zi Chue. "I only know that the three of them said that you are a hooligan." "That's not wrong." Zi Chue smiled. Lin Xian. Then, Lin Xian glared at them, and they stuck out their pink tongues. An Xian then said, "I don't know if Sister Chenxi will stay in Lin and City, but she should be in Lin and City for the time being. Because Sister Chenxi's parents and grandparents are all in Lin and City now, and our company is now in a stable period and has passed the rising period, so Sister Chenxi should have time." No, I'm just asking. He just thinks she's pretty." Miao Xiaomiao muttered. Lin Xian. "Ha ha ha," Zi Chue couldn't help but laugh. "What? You still have feelings for Luo Chenxi?" "Sure, I'm good friends with her. I can help you two get together. I originally wanted to invite her to this dinner, but I didn't tell you after all, so I didn't ask her." Zi Chue couldn't help but laugh. Don't mess around. It's okay. I'll go to her place tonight and help you talk to her," Zi Chue said with a smile. Lin Xian. "Don't, I'm just thinking about whether I can do business with her or something. I don't mean anything else, really," Lin Xian said seriously. "Don't mean anything else." "No, there must be something else, but we have to take it slow, right? It would be too abrupt if Zi Chue did it." "Oh. You want to start a company too?" Lin Xian shook his head. Doing business was just an excuse for Lin Xian. How could he make money by opening an entertainment company? It was better to develop a high-tech or monopolistic product. With the ability of Yashen Group, it would make much more money than a management company. No, I'm just saying. Let's eat. After dinner, I'll go back and help you two write songs. Lin Xian said. No hurry. Let me write this song first. You can help an Xian write it first. Zi Qiue was very serious about writing songs. She didn't like to have a pile of good songs piled up and then write songs as if she had completed a task. She liked to write songs slowly and seriously. Chapter 11:18. Lin Xian realized that he seemed to be quite busy now. After having breakfast with Zi Qiue and the others, Lin Xian wondered if he could do something with Zi Qiue alone. In the end, he didn't have the chance, so Lin Xian simply went home. Early in the morning, Linya went to the company after making breakfast for him. She had been quite busy recently. Several projects had started or were being developed one after another. Moreover, Lin Xian's plan was going on, so she needed to watch over it. Although she was a little tired, she was really satisfied. The only thing was that Lin Xian came home less and less often. However, Linya knew that Lin Xian was improving himself in the martial arts academy. She was happy for him. Lin Xian also went to the martial arts academy after breakfast. The next important thing was the mission issued by the martial arts academy. It was a rare opportunity to go out and gain experience. Moreover, it was very motivating. Lin Xian was also very curious about the mission issued by the martial arts academy. Early in the morning, Lin Xian arrived at the martial arts academy. There were no classes today. The whole day was used to let people choose to accept missions or even find their own team members. When he arrived at the martial arts academy, the mission had not been issued yet. Lin Xian thought about going to Ling Ying and the others' place. It was just the right time to make a move on Xiao Xinyue. Whoosh! With a flash of light, Lin Xian's figure directly disappeared and then appeared in Ling Ying and the others' room. Because that room was occupied by Ling Ying and Han Chuxue, Lin Xian was familiar with them and Xiao Xinyue, so Lin Xian was too lazy to ask the dormitory aunt. When Lin Xian appeared in their room, Xiao Xinyue happened to be in her pajamas and just came out of the bathroom after washing up. Then, she turned around and saw a man standing in their room. It was an instinctive reaction. Before she could see who it was, a burst of cold energy erupted. Lin Xian didn't expect little Xinyue to attack him. He was completely unprepared and was frozen there. At this time, Ling Ying and Han Chuxue also felt the fluctuation of spiritual power in the living room and ran out in their pajamas. What's wrong? Ling Ying asked and then looked at Lin Xian, who was frozen. Xiao Xinyue also saw that it was Lin Xian. She secretly touched her forehead. No, why is this man like this? It's fine if you don't knock on the door, but you came here directly. Seriously? Then, Xiao Xinyue waved her hand, and the cold energy disappeared. Lin Xian cracked his neck. Wow! Little Xinyue, why are you so cruel? You came to the place where we three girls live without saying a word. How can you blame me? Xiao Xinyue said helplessly. Fortunately, she subconsciously felt that the person who came in was from the martial arts academy and might not have committed a heinous crime. So, she only released her power to freeze him. Yes, if it were me, I would throw a knife at a certain part of his body. Ling Ying laughed. Then, her right hand started to play with a dagger in a fluid manner. Lin Xian, don't mess around. I just came here to discuss the mission with you. As for the girls, they would definitely choose the more difficult missions. However, there would still be danger. Lin Xian couldn't be said to be more powerful than them, but after all, he had the space and time attributes. If they were outside, they would still be safer. Moreover, Lin Xian also liked to train with them. What? You want to come with us? Ling Ying asked. Han Chuxue quietly walked to the kitchen and poured a glass of water for Lin Xian. Yeah. Lin Xian nodded and sat on the sofa. The 3 girls were wearing pajamas of different colors. He really wanted to strip them. Xiao Xinyue wanted to go back to her room and change. Although the pajamas didn't expose anything, it was very comfortable inside. Who would want to be tied down when sleeping at night? So, sometimes, if you just sat there wearing pajamas, there would be little Lil P in front of you. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue might really have a relationship with Lin Xian, so they didn't think too much about it. Xiao Xinyue found it strange that they didn't change their pajamas. She thought about it and decided not to change either. She just said that she was sitting in a place where Lin Xian couldn't see her directly. Forget it. We're going to choose different missions, Ling Ying said. Why? Because it's better for us to train ourselves, Han Chuxue said. It's too dangerous. But if it's not dangerous, it's not training. Han Chuxue continued. Lin Xian touched his chin. The main thing was that they were his women, so he was worried. But on second thought, they weren't weak either. Plus, they had the space crystals given by the Academy, so they should train well. Okay, then I'll choose on my own. But you must be careful. I know. You don't have to tell me. By the way, are you in the domain realm? Ling Ying waved his hand and asked. Lin Xian nodded. Yeah. Those people in the Academy who were scammed by you must hate you to death. Lin Xian shrugged. It's not my fault. I didn't force them. At this moment, Xiao Xinyue waved her phone and said, the mission is out. Let's use the TV. Then, Ling Ying used the TV to open the Martial Arts Academy app and entered the mission panel. Originally, the mission panel was empty. But now, they took a look and saw that there were a total of 302 missions of various sizes. There were a total of 7 missions: D, C, B, A, S, SS, and SSS. The difficulty increased in ascending order. At the same time, the side of each mission would give you a detailed explanation of how difficult the mission was, including the recommended number of people to take on it. This would allow you to weigh your own strength and make the best decision. They were all geniuses here. Even if it was a D-rank mission, it would definitely be difficult. However, they had to weigh their own strength before making the choice. However, there would definitely be many people who would put on a facade and choose a mission that was beyond what they could accept. They might not die because there were many protective measures. It was just that the mission might not be completed. Lin Xian, Han Chuxue, and the others would definitely choose an S-rank mission at the very least. It wasn't impossible for them to choose an SSS rank mission. The main thing was that they had to weigh the pros and cons. There were a few SSS rank missions that required a team to take action. In other words, if they chose this mission, all of them would have to take action as a team. If the mission was successful, the entire team would be successful. Because it was too dangerous, they had to take action as a team. Of course, if you wanted to act cool and force yourself to do it alone, the Academy wouldn't be sad if you died. Lin Xian had to choose an SSS rank mission because he was confident in his own strength. He felt that since it was an experience, he had to choose something that would put his life in danger. Only then could he improve himself. Otherwise, why would he come to the Martial Arts Academy? They were all silent. They were all looking at the missions one by one. I'll choose this one, Ling Ying said. Chapter 11:19. Hearing Ling Ying's words, Lin Xian and the others looked over. Ling Ying wanted to choose an SSS rank mission. The mission content was to head to Ghost Suicide Valley and kill a domain realm ghost beast. It might seem easy, but don't forget that this was an SSS rank mission. Ghost Suicide Valley was a very, very big abyss. In this abyss, you might fall to your death. You might not even be able to climb back up. This was just one of the reasons. Secondly, there was a kind of ghost-like creature in the valley. That's right, it was a ghost beast. This kind of creature was terrifying because of its mental attacks. It could even possess a body. Once you're possessed, you're finished. There were ghost beasts ranging from low to high level. The mission even clearly stated that there was a heavenly venerable realm ghost beast there. Therefore, this mission had a high risk of death. Are you sure? Lin Xian asked Ling Ying. This place is completely dark, just right for me to unleash my full potential. Moreover, my mental strength is actually not that strong. After refining the demonic crystal of the spirit beast, it can increase the mental strength of a martial artist. This place will be very beneficial to me. Ling Ying nodded. Ling Ying had the dark attribute, so it would be very good for him to display his strength in such a place. The danger would also be very high. However, Lin Xian believed in him. Moreover, he had the spatial crystal. Remember to be 120% vigilant when you get there. The ghost beast has the ability to possess a body. It will be very dangerous if you get ambushed. Got it. Then, Ling Ying lowered his head and used his phone to choose a mission. Han Chuxue had also chosen her mission. Even without Lin Xian, they would discuss the pros and cons of these missions. For example, where the danger was and what to pay attention to. Han Chuxue chose the Scarlet Forest mission. The Scarlet Forest was nearly 1,000 kilometers away from Lin and city. She had to drive there by herself, and she might encounter great danger on the road. Xiao Xinyue wanted to choose the Dragon God Lake mission. It was rumored that there was a dragon living in the Dragon God Lake. Of course, that was just a rumor. There were many other dangers in the Dragon God Lake aside from the rumored dragon. None of them were weak, and the missions they chose were SSS rank missions. They were very dangerous and had the risk of losing their lives, but this was the only way they could train themselves. Basically, the top 50 or 100 students in the academy would all choose SSS rank missions. Of course, the top 100 students weren't the current top 100 students, but the top 100 students with true strength. Lin Xian, which one do you choose? The three of them had basically decided on a mission for the time being and had applied for it. The only one left was Lin Xian. Of course, Lin Xian chose the SSS ranked mission. However, there were more than 10 missions in this SSS ranked mission. He was weighing which one to go to. This one. Lin Xian and Lin Xian clicked on each other's toxic despair. Don't you want to change to another one? Ling Ying asked. The extreme poisonous territory was a rather special place. The degree of danger was about the same as the one they had chosen. However, the extreme poisonous territory had an extra layer of poison. The air in this place was filled with poison, not to mention any stalk of grass, demonic beasts. Everything that you could see with your eyes was poisonous, and the degree of toxicity was different. Although the place they had chosen was dangerous, these dangers would only exist if one encountered them. On the other hand, when Lin Xian stepped into this place, the poison was a hidden danger. Therefore, although they were of the same rank, Lin Xian's mission was more dangerous in a sense. The mission was very simple. They had to get rid of the King of Poison in the Toxic Despair. The Toxic Despair was a small forest. There were several kings in this forest, and their realms ranged from high-level Grand Dominion Realm to Heavenly Venerable Realm. Therefore, this mission was also a compulsory team mission. It was not impossible for several top martial artists from the Martial Arts Academy to team up against a Heavenly Venerable Realm monster. That monster was not a high-level Heavenly Venerable Realm monster, so they had a high chance of killing it if they worked together. Of course, the possibility of death was also very high. Because of this reason, it had to be a team mission. Because if it wasn't a team and you were alone, even the most powerful student wouldn't be at the Heavenly Venerable Realm. If they challenged a Heavenly Venerable Realm demonic beast by themselves, it would simply be suicide. Lin Xian was secretly shocked when he saw this mission. The Martial Arts Academy was indeed forcefully increasing the strength of the students. Under normal circumstances, one would not even dare to think about such a difficult mission, but now it had become their mission. Although Lin Xian was only a 1-star Grand Dominion Realm monster and definitely could not fight a Heavenly Venerable Realm monster, since it was a team mission, he would not be fighting alone. Moreover, his poison attribute should be more advantageous in this place. In addition, he had eaten the blue sky rainbow flower before, so he should not have to worry about the poison inside. If he did well, he might be able to increase his strength by a few stars. Although his realm was not high, Lin Xian was sure that if he went all out, he he would definitely be able to injure a low-level heavenly venerable monster. At least, his attacks would not be like scratching an itch. Let's give it a try. I think this mission is quite to my taste. Lin Xian said. Then you have to be careful. Ling Ying said. Lin Xian nodded. They knew that this mission was very difficult, but Lin Xian had the space attribute more than them. They should be more confident that Lin Xian would be fine. Instead, they had to consider themselves. I have some ingredients here, Lin Xian. Ling Ying then glanced at Lin Xian. His meaning was very clear. Wow, you want to eat a big meal so early in the morning? Lin Xian rolled his eyes. Won't you have to cook for a few hours? It'll be noon by the time you're done. Ling Ying said with a smile. Okay. I'll cook for you. Hee hee. Lin Xian was naturally very happy to cook for them. Lin Xian was already full of guilt towards them. I'm going to wash up. Ling Ying then walked into the bathroom. Han Chuxue had not washed up yet. Little Xinyue, come over and give me a hand. Lin Xian called out to Xiao Xinyue. Coming. Xiao Xinyue walked in and out. Hey, little Xinyue, I remember that you still owe me 6 conditions, right? Lin Xian looked at her with a smile. Xiao Xinyue. Wow. After not mentioning it for so long, she thought that Lin Xian had forgotten about it. She was quite glad that he remembered it all along. Sure enough, a hooligan was a hooligan. Xiao Xinyue nodded as she washed the vegetables. Then I'll tell you the conditions now. Kiss me. Lin Xian then smiled. Xiao Xinyue. She guessed that Lin Xian would make such a hooligan request. How infuriating. No, change it. Xiao Xinyue said softly. You want to be shameless? I didn't ask you to kiss my lips or my face. Lin Xian then pointed at his cheek and moved closer. Xiao Xinyue. That you're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.